I haven't been there since I was probably, I think, band trip in like high school, because you know how like every band goes.
Middle school goes there for like the end of school year or whatever. Yeah, people go there for school trips.
We went to Valley Fair.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Fancy.
We went to Denver. Colorado?
I don't know why that's
the
funny. Wait, did you go to Elitch's? That is there.
I don't think we did. There was only a certain amount of a budget. I think we went to like one of those Mexican restaurants where you go.
Casa Bonita.
Yeah, where they do the diving and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was
Casa Bonita is awesome.
That was sweet.
And now it's owned by the South Park guys.
Is it
owned
really?
by them?
Yeah.
Wow, that's
they bought it during the pandemic and like gave everybody like a hella raises and like fixed everything up because it was really turning into like a shithole apparently.
And hired chefs to like make the menu not just like
garbage.
Yeah. I was gonna say diarrhea that gives you diarrhea.
Oh yeah, dude, we barely made it out of the restaurant before like it just came on. Yeah, it was bad when we went there.
It's like cafeteria Mexican food.
They start a little timer right next to you.
I feel like
it's their way to move customers out quickly.
Just like an expiration date, like table turnover. Yeah.
Everything comes out of a tube in there. I feel like.
Oh my God.
Sorry,
No, you're fine. I think this is like I can already tell this is gonna be a good time.
Well, that's all we have to talk about. I don't know.
I'm done.
Hope you were recording.
Fix it in post.
All right, so before we fully get started, to start every episode, I always do start off with a crack of a fresh beer. You guys don't mind double fisting for the first couple?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not a problem.
Mine's almost drank. I've been gardening all day. It's time for drinking.
You haven't been doing that at the same time?
No, because I knew I would do this.
I had a couple on the ESC yard working.
Yeah, I had a frozen margarita right before.
Like in a tube.
I was like, this is great.
When do we go?
All right, in 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the Beers with Bands podcast with your host, Michael Torres. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Beers with Bands. This week is another live or in-studio episode, which I always really love doing. Now that I have this house and have this little room, it's always fun to have people over. This week I'm sitting down with Unattractive Giant Monster. How are you guys doing?
Hey,
Good.
how's it going?
Dude, it's Saturday. We're still in the month of May, so it's not like completely hot out and terrible.
It's beautiful out.
Yeah. So I put up this light today so
nice
we can all
work.
see each other.
Congrats.
So homeowner stuff.
Yeah, you're doing it.
I saw the the tester.
Yeah, the voltage meter.
Yeah.
there.
So somehow I put in this light, and then the light in the living room stopped working. So I have to figure that out tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
but that's tomorrow's
That's
problem.
Further
Also-
homeowner problems. Yeah.
homeowner problem.
Did you get shocked at all?
No.
Oh, sometimes it's fun though.
Yeah. Sometimes it gets you going.
Yeah.
Makes you feel like you're alive.
It's
Yeah.
like, that's a little
I've done it a
tasty.
couple times, and it's like, all right, I'm alive.
Not fun. I don't think it's fun.
No, no, it's just like, hello.
It's a strong hello for sure.
It's a hard handshake.
Yes, it is. A spiky one.
Yeah. Like I said, this is gonna be a good time.
Thanks for having us
Yeah,
here.
thank you.
Yeah, we're
This is
just
cool.
a bunch of idiots. So
Yeah.
prepare for that.
I mean, you've seen who I've had on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think you're okay. Also, shout out Linus, Lost Leader, Four Parents, Common Choir. I mean, those are the main drunken episodes that have happened.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
But
we're
yeah.
in good company.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like all those bands.
Wearing my Lost Leader shirt.
Dude, I got Lost
Yeah,
Leader
right
up
there.
representing.
Yeah, that's the other thing I did. Is I finally put up some shelving, and then I'm going to start swapping those out per
Nice.
episode.
Cool.
Obviously, this is a Minneapolis-based band, so I figured I'd have some Minneapolis homies. I got Victor Shores, Lost
Yeah.
Leader, OK Nice, and homies in Tightwire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
So,
Oh yeah.
But before we get too far into things, like I said, you guys are Unattractive Giant Monster. You guys are like a genre-bending punk and then it's just a lot of stuff going on in good ways.
We coined the phrase post-genre punk.
Yeah.
'Cause it's like, what the hell are we?
Yeah. What did you call us? Psychedelic Nickelodeon?
Yeah, Nickelodeon does, yeah.
That one, I like that one.
Yeah.
Because that also doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense, but it puts me in the headspace that makes me
Yeah.
feel
It's like if Doug got really, really high
Yeah.
or drunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doug's funny?
yeah.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. I thought you were talking about my buddy Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tom,
Yeah,
we're
not
talking about
Doug.
your buddy Doug.
You know Doug? Doug F.
No.
But yeah, from Minneapolis, you guys have a new record out that we'll get into. Before we get too far, can you kind of go around and say who you are and what you do in what do you guys say? UGM?
Yeah.
That way
UGM
it doesn't
is
feel
pretty
weird
good,
every
Yeah.
time.
Sure.
You don't have to say as much. It's a mouthful.
Yeah.
I'm Brandon. I play guitar.
I'm Alex. I also play guitar.
I'm Tom. I play bass and sing sometimes.
I'm Joey, and I just sing and dance around.
You also played some synth on the record.
On the recording, I did play a little synth.
And then
But-
not here is Mac, who
Our
plays
drummer.
drums.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I normally say for the members that couldn't make it to be with us today, this is where we pour one out in their honor. If I pour one out, I just mean we have a drink since they're
Yeah.
not here for it.
Yeah.
To Mac.
Try not to waste beer around here, you know.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
no beer will be wasted.
No, I know. I'm not worried.
This 30 rack might be half empty or more by the time we're done.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah, and it's easy to do with 5.
Yeah.
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 Well, he's rocking banquets over here.
Yeah, I do have a thing of banquets. I did.
Those are nice.
You know,
Yeah.
I just had to
The
get them out of
bottles
my
are
fridge.
cute.
I do have a full case of hams in the big fridge.
You're also welcome to our hams. We are open to sharing.
I will take you up on that at some point. So obviously, leading up to getting getting hit up to have you guys on, I didn't know a lot about UGM coming into it. Besides the singles that were out, listening to like the early stuff, and then kind of getting used to everything because it takes a little bit to get used to this. Mainly because a lot of what I listen to is like emo or pop punk, so
Sure.
it's a little bit different for me. But kind of take me back to like the origin story. I know that the first EP came out January 2023. So what was it like fully getting together and like deciding to do this project and form it?
Yeah, it was spring 2022.
Yeah.
Yeah,
when we got
it
together.
was. Brandon and I had gone to a house show
Yeah.
because we'd known each other for a while, and we were like, "Why the fuck aren't we doing this?
Yeah.
This makes so much sense." And so we got together and started writing some stuff just randomly and showing it to people we knew. Our original drummer Alec was a guy that I play adult league hockey. I look like it, sure. But he played with
Super
us.
tough.
Yeah, just Mighty Ducks all the way. So we had him, and then we had known Tom. Tom had played in a band with Brandon called Broken Mess.
No, Elephant.
Elephant, there it is.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember which one. So we got Tom on board, and then you knew Joey.
Yep.
Yeah.
Actually, we were at like that was the we went to that Larry Wish show at the
Where
at
the Real
Devil
Chuck
and
Norah
Devil
was
and
playing.
Courtyard. Yeah.
Mhm.
And
I was
like,
we were assigned to be running the bar,
yeah, which is great.
so we were hanging out,
just getting drunk.
and your brother's in the band, and my wife is in the band,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, "What are you doing?"
What are you doing with music right now?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm like playing in a punk rock band. You're like, really?
I haven't done anything for a little while. What do you think? You're like, well, we kind of need a singer, and I was like, I don't know. Should we do this? This might be kind of fun.
Yeah.
So they invited me over to the garage. That's the first time I met you guys.
Yeah.
We just started playing in my garage, and then skip forward, we recorded the first EP with Alec, our old drummer.
Which was kind of interesting. I'm hearing that date, and I'm realizing that we were just started playing shows when we released it.
We released it for our first show at
Yeah,
Kaylyn's.
that's right.
Wow.
Yeah, we released it at our first show.
At our first legit
show. Because
Yeah,
we
yeah.
play the house show,
Yeah.
and then we play our first legit show.
Yeah, so it was really fast.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I got a text from Alex saying like, "Hey, I'm in the," or no, it was from Brandon saying, "Hey, do you want to play punk music?" And I'm like, "I've never played punk music. I've always wanted to play punk music."
Yeah, we played in a lot of like trap, like kind of like I don't know what you call it, like Americana sort of bands.
Yeah,
I think
that's where
if we
came
look at
from.
all of the bands that we've come from, this doesn't make sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I kind of think that helps actually.
Yeah.
But,
Because
Yeah.
I played accordion in a different band.
Yeah.
So then, I was like, "I'll do anything," and then we were.
And he did.
I will
And
do
he
anything.
did.
He really delivered on that
Anything.
promise. Yeah.
What happened in that
Anything.
garage stayed in that garage.
Yeah.
It's
But-
still there.
But we would go to Alex's garage and we would just like fuck around, and they had some ideas already in the works, and then just pieces started to fall into place to where we had a full band, and then we realized we had like 6 songs already,
Mhm.
like just
Like
full
right off
on,
the bat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It helped that Alec he does mastering and recording.
yes,
So he just was able to do it.
Yeah.
Right.
And this
And-
gave him like he was like, oh, so I bought a tape machine to record it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
was
he,
okay.
like-
He's
all
like,
right.
I'm buying gear.
he bought a ton of gear, and he recorded it. We recorded it in his basement, and
To tape.
to tape.
Yeah.
Yeah, like two like
8-inch tape?
like
I don't
eighth
know.
inch
Eighth
tape,
inch reel
like,
to reel tape.
like
yeah.
reel to reel
Which was
tape,
like a super fun experience.
and it was all like pretty much live. Like we recorded like everything. Like,
The
in-
vocals
in
were.
one go.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
vocals
that was
were-
afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, but and then yeah, so we put that out, and then Alex had to leave the
Not
band.
Alex,
Or-
Alec. It's very
This is
confusing.
confusing
Yeah.
for audio.
that was primarily why I had to leave.
No.
yeah,
It was like a C or an X. One of the.
Yeah.
Alec had to leave the band, so
On mutual terms.
on mutual terms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
We're
still see
really
Alec
good
a lot. We're
friends.
friends with Alec still. He helped master this.
Mhm.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he wrote one of the songs that was
Yeah.
on it.
that's true.
Yeah.
So.
He wrote the music. We fleshed it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not saying
Um,
he still did a bang up job.
Yeah. But then we were able to find Mac
Through
Joey.
Yeah, because
Um,
he's in a band called Ruben, and we used to play with him in the band that I used to be in, Tree Party. And I was like, I don't know, he's really good.
And
He's
he's really
probably
fun to
pretty
watch.
busy, but he's
Yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And he's really good.
They fit in pretty quickly.
So I just texted him, and I was like, hey, do you want to play in this band with me? He just texts back immediately, yes, I'm in. I was like, do you want to listen to anything first? And he's like, yeah, I guess. Sure. But yeah, he was in from the start, just all
Yeah,
at first.
I think like after we got that album done too, we really got to kind of like settle in and like really dig into how weird we wanted to go.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, so
You know?
like I don't know if you've seen any like live footage of us, but we wear green jumpsuits, and we didn't start wearing those until like
Well,
later.
Yeah, it was a couple shows in.
yeah.
But that was
I mean,
most-
as soon as we realized we had a band fund, we're like, oh shit.
Let's
like,
buy weird
we
shit.
can
buy
buy weird shit with
costumes.
this.
Yeah.
So we bought like an Alf costume. We bought like
Our
jumpsuits.
whole philosophy is just have fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's not fun, we're not gonna do it.
Which really
That
should be
was-
the philosophy for like every band, and
Yeah.
everyone doing something.
Yeah.
To actually, have an elf costume or like get dressed up for every
Yeah.
gig. That's commendable. Because I think I saw in like one of the things I've written somewhere, like, obviously there's some like influences from like Devo and stuff, and like they dressed up for every
Yeah.
every performance. So it's kind of cool to see that like someone's still doing it on some sort of level.
Yeah, and also, I mean, to reference Devo, the fun part about that kind of we all have loved is no Devo song is the same.
Yeah. It's all
Mhm.
very
One could be just all over the place, and one could be super hard or super new wavy or whatever. And that's kind of what we go for. It's if someone introduces a song, it could be a fast punk song, and we're like, let's do it. It
Let's
could
turn it
be
into a ska song.
yeah.
I used to get out of ska free card.
Yeah.
If there's like a surf song, we're like, let's do it. If there's a slow song or a weird song, we just like, who cares? as long as we're all into it and having a good time, that's why our new record's called Jazz, because no song is really the same.
Jazz question mark.
Jazz
Yes?
question.
Which we decided was the most fun after, like, we were laughing at rehearsal.
It's
Like,
so hard.
yeah.
Like, I couldn't even see. I don't know why I was crying. I was crying. We were like, we were gonna call it jazz. Okay, what punctuation do we want?
But that's it's just it's kind of an amalgamation of everything.
Yeah.
It's just
Everything
kinda
that
like
we
what-
love and think is fun, we just throw at it.
Totally.
That's-
I mean, and like especially coming from like I'm like such a huge like Butthole Surfers fan, and just like that their whole
Devo, Butthole Surfers. These are all bands that just kind of did
whatever the
anything
fuck
and
they
whatever.
want. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
I mean, to speak on like album names that you guys have used so far, we have Jazz question mark,
Mhm.
and then all like their first EP, which really threw me for a loop for a second when I was looking everything up, because it's called Return of the Attack of the Mutant Pizza, and I was like, it makes it sound like it's a part 2 to something.
Mhm.
Yeah,
that was kind of a joke.
that was the
Yeah.
joke.
And and it's what's actually returning, the pizza or the attack?
Right.
Which I think is kind of interesting about that too.
Which also comes from we love shitty movies.
Yeah.
And like, what was the movie we watched? There's a second one, but there's no first one, and we thought that was really funny, so that was part of it.
Oh,
I mean, Trolls 2 is like that.
No,
but,
Trolls has a first one.
But
yeah.
it's not based on
Is
the
it
first
Sur-
one.
it's
It's not
Surf
even
2.
about trolls.
oh yeah, Surf 2. Yeah,
Surf 2. There's
Yeah.
no Surf 1, and there's just a movie called Surf 2, and we're like, that's fucking funny.
yeah.
So that was part of it.
I like spent so long looking up for Surf 1. Do you know how hard it is to search Surf movie?
I would like that. I would
Yeah.
like it if it was just like
Like a lot.
somebody's like cut together VHS tape, and then they were like, and then they got like actual funding for the second one, like Still Surf 2, man.
Yeah, it's in a box somewhere in somebody's garage.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was funny. It came from a doodle I made, and we're just like, yeah, let's call it whatever. At that point,
I was kind of like wondering too after that whether or not we were going to continue in the like monster themed album names.
we
Yeah.
talked about it, but it's funnier to not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just to completely
Yeah.
180 it.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
And maybe the next one we'll go back to it just to confuse people.
Who knows?
And then the next one we'll call
Who knows what
Jazz exclamation point.
Maybe. Jazz.
Jazz, comma,
Semicolon.
Jazz.
semicolon.
Yeah. God, we've been through this. We've had this conversation before.
Question mark is the funniest.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for
It's,
us at
it's,
least.
did
it's
talk-
just the funniest punctuation, anyways.
Yeah.
We did talk about doing it if you write it in Spanish, where you did the upside down.
That's
and
right.
then the
Front end, yeah.
uh,
Just make sure that it's extra exclamated.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying. I'm trying to take it all in. Real quick.
Sorry.
No,
Yeah.
like in the best ways, because like it's crazy to think that you dropped the first EP at your first actual show. That wasn't a house show, and being like, "Hey, we're this." Also, by the way, you can go get our brand new unreleased stuff that no one's ever heard, and no one in this room has probably heard that
Yeah.
much either.
Yeah.
either
That's
Yeah.
true.
at the table.
Yeah.
It's a very bold move, and I love it.
yeah.
I mean, that was
Well-
the other thing too, though, is that we had like, so particular. I mean, like if you want to try to like get shows, you need to have a recording,
Right.
and so like we had a bunch of demo recordings, but we just didn't. I mean, we had like more resources available to make a better
The
record.
demo
Mhm.
recordings where you tied your iPhone to my garage door opener.
That was a good one. Yeah.
And then just hit record.
Yeah.
And we watched it thinking it was going to fall
The entire time we were like,
The sound was
oh,
like, okay.
no.
It sounded
Oh,
decent.
Yeah.
Oh no!
But yeah, so just like having like getting a record out. I mean,
And
that
also,
was,
it worked fast because, I mean, there's like how the band was set up originally, too. It's like basically a production team. I mean, you have a person who's good at recording and mastering, you have a person that's good at art and printing, and you have a person that's good at social media. I'm not good at anything.
He writes songs and then
Yeah, you write songs.
or write ideas and send
Yeah.
them.
Yeah. But I mean, like, everything was working really fast. Like,
Yeah.
things worked just like boom. It wasn't. Yeah.
I mean, I
we
think the
still
first time
we
you
still
and I got
work that way
together,
though.
first time
It's
you and I
true.
got together, we had 3
It's-
songs hammered out
It's
in
a good team.
2
I
hours.
mean, and it's like this isn't like our first time doing this for any of
Right.
us. So
Mhm.
like we had a lot of experience knowing that it's just like easier to have a recording, like a good recording right away, and having T-shirts right away and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had like full merch.
It's like
We-
yeah.
So
So-
ridiculous.
we
T-shirts
got a
before
little
the
bit
band.
now that I'm looking back, it seems very confident.
We had a lot of confidence.
The nice thing though is we lucked into a lot of resources in the fact that Alec was willing to buy all the stuff to make the recording.
Yeah.
My wife runs a screen printing
Right.
shop.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It was just really easy for us to make it happen.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
it's kind of funny because it's always like it's always the people that have been in bands or the scene longer that have like all those connections. Like if you would have been like think about like 20 years ago or 10 years ago, like it would have been your first band. There's no way that would have happened. You don't have those connections. But it's
Right.
funny now as we're adults, we have all this extra money to be able to do
Yeah.
everything. It's
Yeah.
like,
Well,
oh no,
and-
yeah, I have all of them.
Well, and you know
sit
how to
around
do
a lot.
it too.
You know, so you know, like who's booking at places and stuff like that, which makes life easier too.
Yeah.
Well, one of
Yes.
the things that I think helps us with like our fun factor is that all of our band funds, like any money that we make, we just funnel into dumb stuff.
Yep.
We don't take home like any of the money. The most we do is
Tom asks all the time.
I know. Just give me that
Can we just
money.
take some of that money.
Give me that green.
You know, because if you split $250 among 4 bands and then among 5 members, you can be walking home with like $7.
Oh,
Yeah, I know,
right.
it's
That's like
it's crazy.
Yeah,
that's like 3 Mountain Dews.
that's true. That is
You
true.
love your code red.
But like we buy a 30-pack of hams, and then that's
And
our
then you
that's
still
our
have,
hams
like,
for the
Then you
week.
still have like $70 left.
Yeah.
And
And
that
then
was 10.
for some reason we find someone that can make custom pogs.
Yeah,
And we
that
got
was good.
custom
We did.
pogs made.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got pogs. Yeah,
I gotta say, I love that that's happening because I'm also in the point where like, you know, I run this podcast, so I have like really good logos that I've paid for and that I love. So now anytime I get a chance to put it on fucking anything,
Yeah.
I will put it on.
So
Like
you want the pog contact?
we
Yeah.
might have to make
Podcast.
It worked out cool too because like on the it has you can get the
Should we
QR
do a
code on the back and
podcast?
stuff like
Yeah,
that,
we
so it
should
kind of
do a
works as your like
Podcast.
It's like a business card.
Oh,
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just I'm waiting on coasters to come in
Nice.
Mhm.
that have a couple logos. I just got magnets made.
hell
Yep.
yeah.
And I got like a fuck ton of stickers.
That's what we need to do.
No,
Some magnets.
we've been talking.
How do they work?
Temporary tattoos. I think.
Temporary tattoos.
That I think, or
I heard that if you drop them in water, no more magnets.
or this is going to be a local band shout out. My Kid Banana has the air fresheners.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
no
yeah.
offense to them. They don't smell very good. I put one in my car and I was like, I have to take this out of
Oh,
here.
no.
But
it's-
I still have mine, and I just have it like up on like a wall. Like
Still in the bag.
yeah, still in the bag. I was like, good on you, Alex.
Oh yeah,
You know?
mine's right next to my record player, and then sometimes I smell it and I'm like, Eric and Timmy.
Is that what it smells like?
It was in my car and I was like, I'm going to try it as an air freshener. I was like, nope.
It's like one hot day and it's just
Oh.
overpowering.
It like mixing with dog smell in my car. It just doesn't.
Yeah, I mean like air
Well, it smells
fresheners
like
in
kids and
general are
bananas,
tough, but,
so-
yeah.
But that's a good idea. I think we should capitalize on shoehorns. I don't think there's enough of those
You don't
out
think
on the
there's a
merch.
big shoehorn market?
Not on the
Sure.
merch table, no.
Oh,
Yeah.
you know what we
I
need?
use one all the
You
time.
know what? You're correct.
You know what we need? We need our logo on one of those like little croc, like
Oh,
the-
yeah.
the
Oh,
little
the
gym
this
or
little
whatever.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
we do
that's a
have,
good
like,
idea.
A pretty big like 13-year-old constituency.
According
in
to our Spotify for artists, we are very low on the like under 18.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
are we?
would assume that we're pretty low on the under 30. but-
Yeah, it's like 35 to 44.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That's the sweet spot. That's the one you gotta
Yeah.
hit.
That's the target audience.
The other day, somebody who was at our release show came up and was like, "What are these?" I'm like, "Oh, those are pogs," and they're like, "I don't know what that is. What word did you say?" I was like, "Oh, they were from the 90s. I was born in 1999." I was like, "Yeah, okay."
I mean,
I do have a question for you guys though, since we're talking about like throwing our logos on just random stuff.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you've wanted to throw it on yet that has not happened?
Ooh.
Because like I wanted to do brown paper bags for like 40s,
Oh, that's
that's
a great
It's
idea.
a great idea.
You could just get a stamp. You could put that on anything.
yeah.
Oh, stamp.
Buying a stamp, you just then
Stamp
it's
would be so
everything.
much easier. I didn't think about that because like getting like actual. Well, I also thought about doing like koozies for 40s with the logo on it.
Ooh, that's
This is our new koozie.
I got one
I
somewhere.
would
I'll
get
show
it.
you.
Do you wanna
leave
read
it, and I'll get you another one.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, you should leave it here.
Yeah.
But
We'll add it to
for
you.
40s. For 12 of them, it's like $140.
Holy shit.
It's so
Because they're so big.
We
Yeah.
should
'Cause
we
it's
should
just not
talk
normal.
later. My wife runs a screen printing shop. We can figure stuff
Oh,
out.
Hats.
Yeah, hats.
We haven't done hats. We also haven't done pins.
No, we did pins.
No, we did
Pins.
Oh, that's right. We did like
The
a very
acrylic
limited run.
pins.
Yeah.
No,
I was thinking like
actual
ones.
yeah. Like I mean, because I thought we were talking for a while about getting
Did
a
you say
button press.
Oh yeah,
Pens?
we should get a
Pens?
button.
Oh,
Did
Pens?
you say Pam?
no. You know what would be a
I
good
can
one?
get to the little bottom of this
Let's
whole
get
Pam
UGM
thing.
pens that when you flip them over, our jumpsuits come off.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's
and
pretty
our-
good.
And we're in our underwear.
Yes.
Ooh, and also at the top, it has the little metal thing.
The metal thing.
You know,
Like at
that
a
when
bank?
you like at a bank, like it has a really
Oh,
long.
it's got like a
my pen, my pen.
Like you stole them off.
Yeah, like all of them have it.
That's really fucking funny. That's really
Where'd you
funny.
get this? I don't know.
We're selling stolen bank pens.
But our clothes come off.
But our
so
clothes
they're
come
not gonna
off.
be at a bank.
We'll have to do each one of us dropping down to our underpants.
That would be expensive.
Yeah, you do a line of them where they're only like, you can only get the Alex run for this amount of days,
Yep.
and you get the Tom run.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
gotta collect them all, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, yeah.
All those
I've
pens.
also,
You gotta hit each one of our concerts to get.
Yeah.
you know what would be like better for the
Concerts.
jumpsuits coming off would be hypercolor shirts.
We've talked.
We've talked about
We've
hypercolor
talked
shirts,
about
but we haven't talked about like using it as a medium.
Can you explain
like-
hypercolor shirts?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're,
so,
we're
like-
really dating
so,
ourselves.
like, when you-
Hogs
I don't
and
know how that works
hypercolor.
because it's up against your hot body already.
I know, but it like
What if you
it,
just
and you can
run
see it in
hot?
your pits and stuff
I
like
know,
that.
but like,
But they're like shirts that change colors when you touch
okay.
them or like breathe on them or something
Or
like
go
that.
in the sun.
Yeah, or go
Like
in the
a
sun.
normal human being.
Yeah,
Not
like
just a
if you
sweaty
do
old
normal
man.
things, then it will change colors. But like you could also get it to like make our jumpsuits disappear.
Yeah. We were gonna do visors. at
We
some
talked about
point. We talked
visors.
about visors.
But when we talked about doing visors, it was only us trying to steal as many visors as possible from Palm Fest and then just put stickers over the top of them.
Yes.
Correct.
And just
Yeah.
sell them on our merch
Weren't they
table, yeah.
Malibu
Yeah.
branded?
They're
Yeah, they
Malibu
were.
branded stuff,
Malibu
yeah.
Rum.
Oh, dude, was that from the? Oh no, it wasn't for Paul Fest.
It was.
Well, no. So there was that, but then there was also.
Before it, there was.
So yeah, like the first patio show that they had after COVID, they had the Malibu people there, the Malibu girls. So like they had all the buckets, and it was really funny because you see all these punk people walking around with either like baby blue or pink like hats and everything. And like me and my group, like we just ended up with like a whole stack of buckets because we were like, these are fucking going out smooth.
Yeah.
So and then I ended up getting. Got a hat. It's around here somewhere.
Who doesn't love Malibu rum? I mean,
Yeah. It
Coconut.
tastes like a beach.
Yeah.
yeah,
It tastes like
I need a-
sunscreen.
It does.
Yeah, but yeah, it's the memory.
Sometimes I just drink it in my basement.
Sunscreen.
That's very sad of you, Tom.
Hey, I have a fun time.
Did you guys ever go to Grumpy's downtown when they would bring in the Jameson reps that would just walk around with trays of Jameson?
Yeah.
You could
Yeah.
just like, I'll just take
Oh,
a
yeah.
tray
Absolutely.
and drink.
They
It's
would
like the
give you
Red Bull
tray.
girl that.
Well, Jason would just take the tray.
He has a
And then
way of doing
He
that.
does. And then we would just, wrestle and get kicked out. That was the game
Sounds
plan.
fun.
Oh, I miss Grumpy's downtown.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the time of this recording, we're literally, only a week after this came out? This came out on
Yeah.
the 10th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
18th?
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, like we were talking about jazz.
Jazz?
Thank you so much for
Jazz?
bringing this
Yeah.
over. It's been out for a week. How do you guys feel that how does it feel now that it's been out?
I feel like, I don't know. I've been really enjoying the reception.
Yeah.
You know?
It's
People,
seems like it's weird compared to the release of the EP, where people, you know, it was the first thing.
we didn't even have a release really.
Yeah, no one really knows. It's not really
We
released.
also,
We're just
we
like,
also got this EP.
we're just
There
like,
you go.
hey, look at these tapes. All right, and we continue on. But this seems like more people are interested.
Yeah.
You looked at the Spotify.
We had like an
listening.
amazingly fun release party with
Linus.
Tower and Linus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
White Squirrel. Which
Yep.
is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of like,
I still haven't been there for a show yet.
Dude.
I've only been there for drinks. 'Cause
It-
I
I'm-
mean,
I feel like-
both are great.
I
Yeah,
feel like
right.
it's like our unofficial home base. I feel like we've played there more times than any
Yeah.
other place we've played.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
it
think
feels
so.
like that.
And I think, do we have any more shows up?
We do have one there coming up here.
Yeah.
With
Larry Wish and
Larry Wish and Shrimp Olympics. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
that's right.
But
When is that?
it's on the calendar.
Yeah.
Awesome.
But no, I think
I
it's,
can't wait for that.
the
one.
release has been good. The reception, there were a lot of people at the show. People
Yeah.
seem to like it.
I feel like it's like substantially different from our last record, and it's like also very weird. And so I've been really pleased with the reception.
I had
Yeah.
2 drunk people tell me that they like it, our new stuff better than our old stuff. I don't know how hard I can take that or
Yeah.
like how I can take that, but the very drunk man that told me that, I was like, cool. And then the other very drunk person, I was like, thank you. That was,
Good responses.
Yeah, you know what? Both of those are completely fine responses.
yeah.
To drunk people.
Yeah, I'm super proud of the album.
Yeah,
I think,
definitely
Yeah.
super proud. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, like I've been like I feel like of all the albums I've been on, I feel like I have more ownership over this music, and it's closer to what I've wanted to do for a long time.
everything that came from this album was like super. I'm gonna be all like high right now, but like super organic. It was just really organic.
You
like
mean, are you talking about
Yeah.
the fact that we wrote 3 songs probably about 2 weeks before we were
4 songs.
4 songs while he had COVID?
Yes.
Joey had COVID.
Yes.
And then went into the studio basically blind with those.
Correct.
Recorded them, and they came out
Yeah.
way better
One
than
of
we
the
ever.
songs, Joey was writing the lyrics on the way to the recording studio.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the car.
Yeah. Like I mean,
And
that's
it was
and
like
I- and I
day.
think-
It was like day 10 of the
and-
COVID thing. So like,
I mean, and
my,
arguably
my
that turned
voice
out
was
to be,
not top notch, and
that
it was
turned
like
out to be our single though
depressing
too,
for me.
which
Yeah,
was very
totally.
exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it worked out.
everything just like
RUMT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
everything
Yep.
just really flowed super well, and like now that it's out, it's just leading up to it, I was like, oh my god, I just want to put it out.
Yeah.
I just want it out
I'm
there.
really bad at that kind of shit too.
And
I thought they weren't going to show up in time.
yeah,
Well, that's the other thing too. It's like you set a record release party date before you get what you're gonna have.
Yeah,
And with vinyl too, it's just like I was like, I kind of like the excitement about
And
it.
to be fair,
But it totally did work out.
We scheduled the record release party on the day we were supposed to get the records in the mail.
Yeah, they came like 4 days before that.
That's true.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
yeah, it was a nail biter. It was
I
fun.
was
We
stressing
were
out a lot.
like thinking of contingency plans, like we're gonna have to do like pre-orders or something like that, or like we'll hand deliver them to your home, you know. So
Yeah.
I remember one point, like, I mean, this was probably 10 years ago. The band that I was hanging around with, we didn't do vinyl. We just had CDs, and it was something worth, like, the CDs that we were supposed to get didn't show up in time. So we were literally just burning CDs in the van on
Yeah.
the drive to the show.
Yeah.
And just like, here's this. They all just wrote it in Sharpie and just called it good. But, like, to have this show 4 days before the show, that's amazing. That like the timing worked out to make that happen.
we're very lucky.
Yeah.
But like post release, I think, man, I'm just so freaking proud of this, and like everyone that I've talked to that's listened to it has enjoyed it. Found something fun within it because it's all over the place. It's jazz, baby.
You said it.
Was cast
You
as
said
a
it like
whale.
you were planning on
Yeah,
saying it.
you didn't put a question
worked
mark
on
in
this.
that sentence. It's
Jazz,
baby.
Jazz, baby.
No, that sounds creepy.
Jazz, baby.
Just
But yeah, like there's something for everyone. So like I don't know. It's so cool. It's just such a cool feeling to like have it out there.
this is also the first time I've had something on vinyl,
Yeah, same.
and which is like very sentimental to me.
And that's been a fun thing. Is like the first one was like I've never put out a cassette, so
Mhm.
we
Yeah,
put out a
that was-
cassette.
yeah,
So we're like,
never
let's
done
do
that.
it. And then this one we're like vinyl. It's funny because Mac, our drummer, was constantly being like, "Why don't we just do CDs? Why don't we just do CDs?" I'm like, "No one wants CDs." I mean,
I actually currently don't have anything in my home that will play a CD.
I just got a secondhand PS4 that I think will play CDs.
that will play CDs.
My truck will play CDs, and then I think my Xbox, but I keep all my CDs They're still like in a cupboard, but my records, my
I-
vinyl collection
yeah.
is out.
I still got
the
all
newer
of them.
systems, you have to download the CD
Yeah.
player.
My wife's car has a CD player.
Yeah, our car has
But-
a CD
But
player.
mine doesn't.
But
Mine
that's the
just has
thing, is then we're like,
USB
let's put it
Really?
out on
Yeah.
vinyl and
Yeah. I mean, because my car can play vinyl.
Well,
no.
Yeah.
and that's the thing too, is
Pimp my rights.
we didn't want to be hanging around on hundreds of pounds of
CDs.
wax either. So like,
Yeah.
We ordered.
so we
100.
only had 100 vinyl. So we have a very limited amount right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, and I think it's cool because we have them with the translucent green vinyl.
Yeah.
And
Which
I mean,
matches
maybe-
our style.
yeah, our
Style.
psychedelic Nickelodeon
Mhm.
trademark. Nickelodeon probably has something to say about that.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
think they'd like it.
Anyways,
Fuck.
They,
I'll fight
they
Mark
inspired the
Summers.
Splat.
me
How
and Mark
old is he
Summers,
now?
he's like in his
What is
70s,
he
which is
gonna
why,
We
which is
can't
why
fight
he'll
him.
fight Mark Summers.
I will
fights old
fight
men.
him in.
I don't know, dude. I
Oh.
saw Bob Barker on Happy Gilmore.
That's true. He
He's
fucking
dead.
Is he?
Well, I'll still
I
fight
mean,
him.
if he wasn't, it would be remarkable.
He got closest to 100 without going over.
That's true.
Oh, did he?
Prices right at that
to be
shit, for
99.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But
where-
it is.
where are we?
Yeah, where are we
it's
going?
It's amazing, and I always have like some sort of like joy and envy for all the bands that get to do a vinyl release because
Mhm.
you know, doing a podcast, I should never be putting anything to vinyl. Which there's been jokes that maybe one day I'll put like an episode to it.
You know,
to-
some,
just
I've
fuck
seen
with
some
it.
podcasts do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some
Really?
podcasts do like a couple episodes to like tape, and I'm like, I mean, it's already out on the internet. I don't know if I really want to do a tape. It'd be funny. One of these days, it might happen.
Do
But
a best
You could do
of.
like a
so-
best of
yeah.
moments, yeah.
Uh,
That'd be cool.
I did have this one band from Philly. They were like, "Oh, we should do like a split where like half the 7-inch on one side, A side is our music, and on the other side is just our episode that we did." And I'm like,
That's,
I mean-
that's
Yeah.
actually a fucking super cool
That's a
idea.
cool
That's
idea.
a really
Yeah.
cool
Yeah.
idea.
You could also release a vinyl of bands that have been on here. Not to say we would. You gotta come to us. So if you do this, you don't have to come to us.
But you
But
should.
you should, yeah.
You should come
But
to
you
us.
could put together a Beers with Bands comp.
"True, yeah."
In the world of punk, comps. Why aren't they happening anymore?
That's true.
It's
I feel like
Spotify playlists,
There,
but
yeah.
comps aren't really there anymore.
So at least in the emo community, there is a lot of comps going on.
okay.
I think there was recently like an Oso comp, Modern Baseball, and there's been a few others. But yeah, I feel like a lot of comps don't happen. I remember.
the Fat Records comps growing up were
Yeah.
big for me. Yeah.
Short music for short people shaped my childhood.
I also really liked. I liked the Epitaph. comp.
Epitaph.
Yeah.
What
What were they called?
Punkorama.
Punkaramas. Those are fun.
I mean, I put out a comp. So before I did podcasting and I was still doing like Iowa music scene stuff, I had like a booking company that me and my friend did, and we did kind of like a state versus state. So our friends in Missouri that owned a label, we basically I grabbed a bunch of my Iowa homies that would comp on shows, and then he grabbed a lot of people from his roster, and we just did a comp and put that out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
We should do that.
Comps are that's so
we should do. Actually, we should do a comp.
We should do
Yeah.
a comp.
a
You
comp-
heard it here first, folks.
but it's just
But it's
do a
got.
comp.
But the comp has to go like or they Hopeless Records did them. They were always like for a charity of some sort. But we should do
Sure.
it for a weird charity like cat rescues.
That's not weird.
I feel like that's like not weird.
You know
That's
how many
pretty
people
normal,
our
right?
age would be like, "Oh yeah, fuck yeah, I would support that, no problem."
Yeah.
Okay, so
cats.
not weird. We're making a cat rescue comp. You heard it
Okay.
here
And we've
first.
decided on the merch. It's gonna be shoehorns.
Cat ears and shoehorns.
Okay.
Fair. That all sounds good.
Boom.
Okay.
Solid.
Alright. Plans.
But yes, I'm super stoked to open this up too to check out that translucent
Mhm.
green that you were talking about.
Yeah.
I know we talked about the first single RUMT, which features a prominent toy from some people's childhood. I never had one growing
Speak
up.
and spell. Yeah.
Speak and Spell, yep.
Yeah.
Because that was the first single, and I think that's what I first listened to when you guys hit me up, and I was like, what is going on? And I was like, I never would have thought of someone to use a Speak and Spell style in a song, and it was so cool to use. And obviously the music video was, I want to talk about here in a second, but because that's a whole other piece on its own.
Yes, it is.
But how did the thought come about to use the Speak and Spell to tie into a song?
Well, my brother has this. So my brother's a musician. He has a speak and spell in his garage that we always fuck around with. And I was like, I want to figure out a way to put this in a song. He's like, me too. And so I just brought it to the studio.
And
then
you
Joey-
just messed with it for a
yeah.
while.
I wanted it. But
Yeah.
I,
Oh, that's
I
right, yeah.
forgot how they worked.
Yeah,
'Cause
you
I
thought
wanted
would
it
say
to-
words.
Yeah, because I wanted to type into it some words that I wanted to say. I wanted to say over here, over there, over
That's right.
here,
Oh, yeah, that's
over
right.
there. That's what I wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But that's not how they work.
That is
And
not
I was
how
like,
speak
wow,
and
that's like, how did I think that's a pretty complicated idea that you can type in something and it would say it
And it
back
would read
to
it,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, and not
In,
be
like
phonetic.
1980 or
You know what I mean?
1979 or whatever that thing's from.
The one thing I will say is when we were recording, we would stop recording because we were recording music and you were prepping vocals and stuff
Yeah.
in the lounge area.
Yeah.
And every once in a while we'd stop and you'd just hear R-U-M-T
Yeah.
R-U-O-K.
Yeah.
You'd just like push.
So I
push your
was
buttons and you
going
just
through
hear
all
it
the things
quietly
like
in the other room.
what were sentences by words.
Do
Are
you-
you
By letters.
are you empty? Are you okay?
I feel like there was a book
You know, are
when I
you
was growing
a
up
cutie?
that was like all full of those types of like it was all just letters
Mhm.
that would form sentences. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not
No.
Like, but those types of things. That was so I was like, yeah, I was like trying to like recall all of the different things.
Mhm.
But that was all Joey just figuring out words and sentences you could
Yeah,
write with.
but are you empty? Like, are you empty? That fit with the theme as to what all the other lyrics were for me
Mhm.
too. At least in my brain.
Yeah.
Go ahead and let the listeners figure out what the hell that even means. But yeah, that's how we did it. And then we brought it into Jackson, and then I couldn't press the buttons fast enough in the rhythm. So he cut it up, and then we parceled it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it
Shout
should
out
match
to-
up
yeah.
with
Yeah,
the-
shout out to Jackson Vesley
Totally.
at Soft Cold.
Yeah, Soft Call. What a fucking cool idea. They're just like a collectively run recording studio.
Yeah.
Pretty affordable
Yeah, it was-
rates for
Mhm.
musicians. And now Out of Wax is going to be doing affordably pressed vinyl in Minneapolis.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Jackson came in there and he was into it. He was into being just weird crap
Yeah.
and just
We're just like, oh, we have a bunch of dumb ideas.
yeah.
And we want to do them all.
I mean, really,
He was
that's,
all
that's
for
what
it.
you want.
Yeah.
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 We showed him. So we have a Garfield microphone. If you haven't
So-
seen it,
So
it's
the Garfield microphone, it's like a Garfield
telephone.
Yeah, the ones that when
From
you hang it up,
the
the
90s.
eyes close.
Okay.
And
It's
I
got a
re-
little button on the bottom.
and I
Yes.
rewired it to be a microphone, and we
Mhm.
used it in a lot of stuff. And we're like, Jackson, we got this Garfield microphone, and we knew it was gonna work perfectly when he was like, "Fuck yeah, let's do it."
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so stoked to see that at some point because, like,
I
I'm
was
so ready
I
for
was
it.
gonna bring it in here to show you too. I forgot.
Does it, like, add, like, because for me, I would feel like rewiring it to become a microphone, it would add some, like, sort of internal distortion to itself.
I mean, it's like
I mean,
it
it
has
sounds
like a
like a
telephone.
telephone.
It's a telephone.
Yeah, like
mic.
super
yeah.
tinny.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So a lot of it's not new thing that like someone would rewire a telephone to be a microphone.
But it is a
Right.
new thing that somebody would rewire a Garfield.
But it's
telephone.
funny because
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Garfield.
It's like Japanther's like whole deal is like having the microphone.
But when they set
Telephone.
it down, does Garfield go? to
No,
sleep?
they have just like a freaking telephone.
'Cause, yeah, you set it down, his eyes closed. We pick it up, his eyes open.
Didn't somebody try to steal that from you?
Someone
at a
did
show?
try to steal
They
it,
did steal it,
and then you got it
and
back.
then they told me they stole it, and then I asked for it back, and they wouldn't give it back, and then they gave it back.
Drunk.
It was super weird.
Yeah.
So yeah,
It was at a show.
But yeah,
That
we
makes-
have it.
Okay, that makes yeah, it makes 100% sense.
It fits right in my back pocket of my.
It's like I thought
my
it was
green
on the merch
speed
table. I thought it was free.
No, it
with
was out of my
stickers.
pocket.
They pulled
No,
it
out of
out
my
of
back
his
pocket.
Okay.
yeah, the merch table has a Furby.
That's
I-
true. And
that-
that has never been stolen.
That has never been
He
stolen.
rewired
Oh, and it's
it
got
so
an
that
eye
the
guy,
eyes glow
too?
red.
Yeah.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, it is kind of. It has like green in its mouth and its eyes glow red.
You have to skin it.
I did have
Oh,
to skin a Furby.
that's-
I will tell you right now.
The screams will haunt your nightmares.
Search YouTube how to skin a Furby. There are multiple videos.
There's also
It has ruined my algorithm. Your algorithm of eBay
yeah,
has been ruined.
yeah. So I bought that Furby off of eBay because we knew we wanted a Furby, and we grabbed it. But then, like, now I'm just like, I get recommended all of these like Furby fan club like fucking pages on eBay and stuff. I'm like, I'm not like a crazy Furby person. They're like, we know you.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you definitely are.
But let me ask you, are you though?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, jumping back into RUMT.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I love that. Because, like, you know, the Furby, the Garfield phone turning into a mic, it just builds on the aesthetic as to what you guys are. It's all just very, like, that 80s and 90s.
I feel like we're 90% aesthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
You say so.
Yeah. The key to
I mean,
that,
but like, and then like 10%, we write okay songs.
but
I mean,
that,
they're fun. We have fun.
Yeah.
It's fun is 100%.
in
Yeah.
that you do get a lot of
100% fun.
people that just are like,
100% fun.
that was super fun. I think that's the number one response we get is that was super fun.
And that is the point.
And that
which
is
is
the
nice, which we feel like we're hitting that mark.
Could you
because
imagine if we were like,
we have fun, they
that
have
was
fun.
supposed to be not fun. You were supposed to feel that, man.
that
Yeah,
that
I mean,
song,
it was fun, but
That song was about
You're
my
like, no.
dead dog.
he waited outside Panucci's Pizza until he died.
Oh no! Just the
Deep cuts.
worst episode.
Deep cuts, man.
Worst episode.
Yeah, it's the only one I don't watch when I'm going
Yeah.
back through the series.
My favorite
fair.
thing about that is at the beginning of later episodes, there's one that opens. It says Futurama, and it says it's not the one about the dog.
Yeah,
And I'm
yeah.
like, thank you.
So, here's a fun fact. Our name, Unattractive Giant Monster, comes from
Futurama.
Futurama.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's Patton Oswalt had a character in one of the episodes where Bender keeps like separating and cloning himself and makes smaller and smaller Benders, and then eventually becomes like atomic sized
And they have to deliver like
skin cream.
skin cream
Yeah.
and stuff to an unattractive giant monster on another planet.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
Yeah.
Hell
And
yeah.
another fun fact is that it was between Unattractive Giant Monster and what was the Rosie spin-off? Crushinator.
Oh, Crushinator, the
Oh, yeah.
Crushinator. That was the other one.
Yeah.
And we were really close to Roz Chunks.
Roz Chunks was another one,
Chunks.
which is from Detroiters, if you've ever seen that show.
It's one show that I need to get into. Obviously, you know, watching all of I Think You Should Leave,
Mm-hmm.
and then hearing about Detroiters, I need to get into that one.
Yeah.
Which I really loved the little call out or reference to I Think You Should Leave, unless and if that was intentional or
There's
not.
a couple.
There's
There's
three.
There's three of them.
There's three of them in the record.
Because there's for sure the one that I would pick up every time listening through was Are You Sure About That? Because that one's everyone has played off
Sure.
of that. I feel like I guess what are the other two that I've
Well,
missed?
the first song on the record is You Can't Skip Lunch.
Which is
is
a
the-
whole sketch.
So
I
it-
think
it-
Well,
we
that's-
should
I think
leave.
that's
not
actually
just-
two sketches.
I was going to
Two
say,
sketches.
it's a two-sketch arc
Yeah.
that we really have to discuss. You have to go through all of it.
It's the Can't Skip Lunch and the Carver hot dog remover.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then the other one is before Because we use the
Oh, yeah,
From season one.
from season
Yeah.
one, when they're trying to do hashtags before they post their picture of brunch.
Throw my freaking... Yeah.
Throw my freaking lard carcass in
Into
the
the
mud.
mud. No coffin, please.
Just
wet
wet mud.
Yeah.
Bang.
Bay.
And then also the last song, Beta Van, Pancake by a Drunk Dump Truck,
Yeah.
is from the Baby of the Year sketch. At the end, they talk about the babies of the year.
That one's a harder one to find.
The in memoriam.
Yeah.
In memoriam.
Was just we put that in there.
You
as
don't
a
have
joke.
to tell us how they died.
Yeah.
Throat slit. You don't need to tell us.
Well, we thought that was funny because if you go through how we if you went through all our conversations, when we write songs, we give them the dumbest stand-in names, and a lot of them are "I think you should leave" quotes
Oh, hell yeah.
because that's
Or
where
Simpsons one.
Yeah.
or Simpsons
Because before we named it was What a Crop.
What a
What a
crop.
Crop.
Yeah. Look at this crop.
Eddie Munster's table.
Eddie
Yeah.
Monster's Tables was
Huge
the song.
Dripping Hogs was.
Yeah.
a
I mean,
song.
I don't see why
Cubes.
you wouldn't have just kept a lot of these names.
It was one of those things where it's like, do we keep all these or should we just name them regular names?
Yeah.
And I think we decided regular names
Except
because
for-
some people
some
get
of
it,
them.
some people don't get it.
Some
Yeah.
of them,
Some
like
of-
some
some
of
of
them stuck.
Yeah, some of them
Piddle Dickens stuck from
Yeah.
the
But
first.
that's not I think you should leave. That's
No, I
something
know,
an
but
old
that's-
lady
that-
yelled at me when I was a child.
I know, but that was the first name of whatever it was before it became
Yeah,
a song.
that's
I
fair.
mean, it stuck to it.
Yeah.
Oh, and Godzilla ruined my
Yeah.
pizza party.
That should
Yeah.
have always stayed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
that
it.
always
That
stays.
always
Yeah.
stayed.
But yeah, halftime when we send it, the joke is we try to name them as goofy as possible.
Yeah.
Well, when you're in a band, you name it for how you remember it when you first
RUMT
playing it. And they'll be like,
was,
let's play
was
that
Porn
one.
at work.
Yeah, it was
You should
porn
be
at
able to
work.
watch a little bit of porn.
Says the professor.
It is always funny hearing the names that bands know their songs as because of
Yeah.
the original titles compared to like the release titles.
Yeah.
Like
It's always different. You never think about that
it's
before
always
you're in a band.
completely
Yeah,
different.
totally.
Yeah,
Like,
before
how the
before you
fuck?
play music, you're like, oh wow, these songs are just this.
Yeah.
And then you realize there's a whole process involved, and you're
Yeah.
like, oh well, I'm just gonna name this one some random ass thing, and
Well,
then
you have to reference it somehow.
yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Before you know what it
which
is.
Mac, who's not here, doesn't know any of the real names.
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
only knows
Just tell me how it goes or what we call it.
Yeah.
what was it called before or how does it go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He refuses to learn the actual names.
It's always one.
Yeah.
But I love how it's like, referencing. I think it should leave, but more like integrated, because a lot of like the bands that like I've mentioned, like I listen to, they especially the one thing I love about emo and like some of this pop punk stuff is like they do just the sound clips and they'll bring those in. So
Oh
like,
yeah.
you get the feel for the song through that way, but like having a song not feel have that like take that feeling at all, but just reference that
Yeah.
in it
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
so cool too. Just because it's not something that I think of all the time, so it's really cool to experience.
We
Yeah.
we listen to like a lot of emo as well, and like we wanted to integrate clips into our new album, which we didn't do in the last one.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like we just didn't have I guess we had time, but we were just kind of like not thinking about it as much. We didn't have the clip-o-matic then. So
Yeah.
that was a big innovation in our sound, was that now we have a clip pedal that we just load up full of clips,
Ooh.
and so we can just fire them free
Yeah.
during the show.
Yeah,
Oh
And-
shit! During the
that
show
was
too.
a
Yeah.
game
Yeah.
changer.
So
we tried to do iPads at some point.
Yeah,
or my
that one
phone.
did not work.
Yeah, you used to hold your phone to the
So
microphone
stupid.
and stuff.
It's just
it works
feedback.
so good now.
And then yeah,
You gotta
no.
get a Clip-O-Matic. Anybody out there wants a new pedal?
Clip-O-Matic. Jam Man Stereo is I think is what it's actually called.
Is
It's
it
supposed
Boss
no,
Boss
it's Digitech.
Digitech.
It's supposed to be a looper pedal that holds 99 minutes of CD quality audio on it, as I make air quotes, and you can just load whatever you want to it. I think it's supposed to be more sophisticated, but we have used it on the lowest level of
Oh,
what
it's
we're
very well
supposed to
done.
do.
Yeah.
We use it very well.
Yeah, we just integrated a vocoder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That Tom. How did that go at the show? I couldn't even.
It was great until it got stuck on the Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Yeah, yeah. It got stuck on the Alvin and the Chipmunks, and I was like, for the life of me, like just smashing that pedal, like, God,
Did
get
you-
the fuck off.
Yeah.
I think it was somebody's cable was going under the bypass.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was again. This is just like a band fun. We're just like whatever fun crap can we throw in there.
Yeah.
And I saw a vocoder for like $80 on eBay. I was like, yes.
What do you think has been like the dumbest sound clip that you put in there? Respectively?
Oh, it's got to be the. What are you doing? Just throwing bikes off the bridge and shit.
I like that one a lot. That's like my
Just
secret
bikes
favorite.
up the bridge, bro.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Oh no, the today at work.
Yes,
Oh,
that one. So for a while, yeah,
Banana
we
bread.
we played the entire thing
Well,
in the middle of one of our songs.
So if you go around, go up the stairs, straight at the top.
Good work,
Stairs.
Yeah,
Forgot to mention that earlier.
we put the whole banana bread thing in the middle of a song. Like we would just dead stop and play the today at work I got some fucking banana bread, dude.
My mom said that if you're patient, good things will happen to you. Yeah.
The Cubs, dude? Hell no.
It was so funny though because like as enthusiastic as we were about it at the shows, like I never felt like our the crowd was as enthusiastic
there was like
about it.
3 people per show who would be like, "Oh fuck yes!" Just like really ripping into it
But
and just
for-
like screaming at us.
And for everybody else, it was just long.
It was just a long ass.
Just like a
You-
long, just
You would also get
sound
people
for no reason.
that would be like, "Oh, the song stopped,"
Yeah,
and
that would
but
happen.
it'd be playing the "Oh hell no,"
And then
but
we would.
banana bread, fuck yeah, and then we go back into the song and they're just like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Yeah, it was. We ended up now just putting a car crash in that spot, but
Well, that's because we
It's
put the
on.
real clip about what that song is about,
yeah.
Yeah.
which
But
It's
now I
fun.
think we can move away from it again.
we can
Maybe
go back
something-
in. That's the fun thing
maybe-
about the Clip-O-Matic is we can throw anything in there.
Yeah.
And for theme shows, like we played an I Think You Should Leave show with Linus,
Yeah,
and we put all I Think You
and
Should
we
Leave quotes.
we dressed up as
The
little buff boys.
Hell yeah! I think that theirs was the album that I was thinking about because of the integration that they've used in their
Yes.
album, which
Yeah.
I think at this point has finally come out. I don't know. I heard
The
the
5
full.
burgers,
I don't-
5 fries.
Well, there's that one, and then there's
So the
it was the
Mom.
ghost
yeah,
scene. Yeah.
ghosts.
Yeah.
They're interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
The
Did
ghosts.
you meet any friends?
Yeah.
No,
No,
Mom.
Yeah, they.
That is like the saddest.
It
ending
is
of
a
any-
Oh,
sad.
100%. Yeah.
I think that was our biggest connection with Linus is when they were like, "Oh, these guys are on the same level as
Yeah.
us with this." We got into it, and
Oh, when they started playing that song from when he sang it at the funeral.
they played the
Oh, yeah, that's
they
right.
played the Friday night
Yeah,
song,
Friday
and
night.
we played Bones Were Their Money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was a good show.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah. I don't know what we were talking
I
about to
don't
begin
remember
with.
Well, no, we were talking about.
Just shake that. It
The
just-
question that led into the later discussion was what's been like the dumbest sound clip that
Yeah,
you
that's
showed.
true.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be the
Banana bread.
banana
Yeah,
bread.
I forgot about that whole thing. That was
What else?
fun. Every
For a
time.
long string
People
of
really
shows-
connected to it.
It's a very deep cut for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there were a couple people.
But
that
in
would
this
just scream.
meme-filled world, this TikTok tavern of
Nice.
I remember. I mean, I will
TikTok
I will
tavern,
derail
that's
it
pretty
here for a
nice.
second. Like the time that I found out about the banana bread clip was because there was a girl on TikTok that like her special talent or whatever was she could recite it word for word. So she just like
oh yeah,
you know when like people were doing like
oh yeah, they
like,
they have the clip.
yeah, and then they would
next
just
to him.
hit play, and then she would just
Yeah.
follow along the entire time, and that was the first.
Hell
I heard about
yeah,
it. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah.
I first heard it at rehearsal because it went on the Clip-O-Matic, and I just was like, "Well, that's just the best."
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I
It's-
just been
my
probably
wife
smoking
and I
some
watch
weed.
a lot of
Yeah.
TikTok, so I was like, oh, this is going on the Clip-O-Matic.
I mean, we've just put whatever weird crap we can
Yeah.
find on there. Sometimes I find weird stuff and just throw it on there. And
You know the one? Did you see the one I put in the Discord?
Do you mind?
I already put it on there.
The
Oh, yeah.
the senator.
I'm empty.
Yes, the senator
Oh
talking
my
about
God.
the
You know what I mean?
sex. Yes.
So
Yeah,
he's
the
like
ladder.
he's like reciting from this book.
He's like, I put on my favorite strap-on dildo.
Yeah, and it's just like a Republican senator, so it's very funny. He's just like
Of course it is.
he's like saying about how good censorship is essentially, and then
It just
but then he reads this amazing clip, and it's life changing.
Yeah.
in our world, any like weird movie clip, any weird TV show clip, we'll just we'll get it legitimately, and then I'll throw it on there.
I feel that. Now, with you saying that you added it to the Discord, is there a veto process with sound clips if like someone in the band doesn't fully like
I
it?
mean,
Oh,
there's a
sure.
there's a veto process in the band that
Yeah.
everybody has 100% veto power.
Yeah.
So if there's anything that somebody's just like, I don't like this, or it makes me feel bad.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
always the
Absolutely.
thing. That's
Like I
always the
said
thing.
before, like our whole philosophy is like it has to be fun.
Yeah.
And if it's not fun, we don't do it.
Right.
It's a really easy out for anybody in here. If like you're not having fun,
Yeah.
just leave. That's fine.
Like I said, I
Yeah.
used my get out of
You
ska
trying to
free
tell me
card.
something?
You only get one.
You only
Yeah.
get one.
Ooh.
You've already played the Get Out of Ska Free song.
Yeah,
Because
right away.
We hit it pretty hard.
You threw us a song. Brandon and I were like, all right, let's expand on this. And then we're like, here's a little ska part. And you're like, I hate the
Oh, we went
part.
ska hard on that.
And-
You went real ska.
And then
We'll have a ska.
Although
I
it
do
did-
think we'll
it
have
did
a
We
ska.
will
lead-
have a ska.
it did lead us
We know
into...
a lot of horns.
It did
Oh,
lead
I got
us
a lot of
into
horn people.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I have a whole brass band.
trying to
Who
do...
would help us?
we thought about doing
Back
our
at your
entire
place?
set
At
as
my
a
house.
ska.
Oh yeah,
I keep them in the closet.
yeah. So
It's a big closet.
because
Noisy.
of you know, basically how our writing process is like, if we have an idea, so it's a lot of Brandon and I, like, we'll work on ideas on our own and then we'll present it to the band. Like, here's this riff, and like let's work on it and expand it. And it just goes it's that's kind of it. It's like we just I
That's
totally
it. So-
lost.
Awesome fucking process.
That's how it works,
Or
folks.
Brandon and I just turned into ska music.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then they just turned it into ska music. And
Ska the whole time.
Yeah.
It's
And,
always
like-
been ska.
and
The
to be
next
fair,
record,
I'll-
ska?
No, I think that'll have to be a comma. I think that'll have to be a comma.
but yeah, I submitted a song and I was like, here's this like hardcore punk song that I wrote, like
It
This-
feels like old school.
It's like a Black
80
Flag song.
Yeah, yeah, totally.
yeah, and here it is. I'm so proud of it. Here we go. And then I get to practice and they're like, we made it into a ska song. And I was like, oh.
Not like behind your back. It was
It-
totally in
but it
front
was
of your
kind of
face.
behind his
Yeah,
back.
it
Was
was.
it
kind of-
really?
I mean,
I mean, it was just Brandon and I.
Oh, okay.
Doing it.
Okay.
And
yeah,
then,
I'm just like, I mean, I'm definitely the most likely to like get high and like rewrite a song.
Well, and I'm also
Mhm.
most likely to be like, what about these upstrokes?
But are you kind of now subconsciously intentionally doing it since he's already vetoed a ska song? And
Well, now
already
he
said
can't get out. He only gets one get out.
Right,
of
so
ska
now
free
you
card.
could just kind of fuck with him the entire time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
True.
and part of it is
Good.
like one of my biggest like I grew up. I loved ska and like ska core and ska punk
Mhm.
and all sorts of stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
So half the time I'm like, what if we threw a little bit of
One,
upstrokes in?
just a little bit of
A
ska.
little bit of ska.
A little.
Yeah.
I mean,
A little
we'll
bit of
bring it
ska.
up. I feel like we have to really.
Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
have to really pick
Yeah.
our shot, though. I
Yeah.
don't think we're gonna throw this around just willy nilly.
No,
this is
totally.
gonna be like.
But,
And we want it to be good.
but
Yeah.
it's got
Of
it'll land
course.
it'll land in our ecosphere of just kind of anything goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But from that we were like, do we just like do a whole ska record?
Or we thought about rewriting all
I
our
don't really
songs
have
and playing
a
a
ska record in
ska,
us.
Yeah.
playing all of our songs
Yeah,
as ska as a
that
show.
might be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
gonna-
where are we at? What are we talking about?
What's happening?
I came back to the bathroom. And
Yeah, no. We were talking about banana bread, and then we led into the
Yeah.
whole
Mhm,
ska
mhm,
thing,
mhm.
which, I don't feel like I've lived in the Twin Cities for at this point 4 years. I haven't seen a lot of ska bands. So.
Man,
There's some good ones.
yeah, totally.
Lost Island Society.
Yeah.
Space Monkey Mafia.
Space Monkey Mafia fucking kicks ass. I saw them at
We're
the 7th
playing
Street
with
entry.
Lost Island
Lost
Society.
Island Society.
But yeah, I saw them at
It
the
sucks
7th
that
Street,
I'm
and I
only
was just
gonna
like,
be able
holy
to name two.
fucking shit, you guys are so good.
Not a lot.
There's so many.
2.
There's like 2, maybe 3.
I'm
But
sure there's more.
there's a
Yeah.
decent ska scene there.
Twin Cities. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Nice.
But yeah.
Bounce off that. It'll get cut. Don't worry.
Fix
don't
it in
cut
post.
it. Don't cut it.
Just leave it all in
Just
here. It's
leave
gonna
it
be
out.
a
The
3-hour
It's
show.
a
The amount of
2-hour
times-
ska
The
podcast.
amount of times I'm like, oh, don't worry, it'll get cut, and then I get lazy and I don't cut it.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
I love that. I
lot
love
of
that. I
editing
love that
time.
entire
I like to
idea.
keep it natural,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let the people
Sure,
know
sure.
what the bands are really like. Like this is the stuff I kind of love about being in like my position. Like I'll record episodes with bands virtually, and like I recorded one the other night, and it's literally 5 dudes on the other end of the camera and me on this side. So I know tangents are going to happen. I know side conversations are just going to go rampant. And I just love seeing it because, like, I love their music, but it's cool to see how the band is as its own, like, being and how
their
they interact
natural
with each other.
habitat.
So, like, for everyone listening or watching this episode, they're seeing, like, a whole nother version of UGM that they wouldn't normally see besides like a stage, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah,
we're not in jumpsuits. That's half the battle.
That too. Yeah.
I mean, I kind of feel like they could have guessed though
what we look like
when we were like outside of it all.
Yeah,
you know?
I don't know. Maybe. I mean, maybe.
have they
Joey,
listened to Cool
conduct yourself
Hunks
as
using
pretty
nunchucks?
Do I?
Which is a great.
No, I don't.
I was
Yeah,
gonna bring
you're
up
very
that
cool.
I
title
do?
too.
You are very cool.
Cool Hunks using nunchucks.
I feel like
Kiefer Sutherland.
Keith or Sutherland. It's like some of these, obviously, like we've talked about, like some of the titles are I think you should leave references, but like that one is just. It's
So,
just like kind of crazy.
Actually,
But that
now I
one
think about
is
it,
kind
that
of actually
is
the
it though?
fourth.
It is. So, Roz Chunks, which we've talked about, is a Detroiters
Yeah.
reference. So that originally was called Chunks when our old drummer Alec wrote it.
He also had this story about how he threw up on a Catholic school bus, and everybody in school called him Chunks
Yes.
because he threw up on this bus.
Oh,
so
God.
was this a song that Alec kind of helped?
So
with?
so he like
He
made
organized it.
He wrote the music. Like
he,
it was
he wrote the beat
in the
He
old.
wrote the
and
beat.
the bass line.
He wrote the pitch of the drums and the bass, because he was a bass player and a drummer. And again, he is. Yeah, sorry.
He didn't stop.
No, he didn't stop.
He's still
so it was
out there
always called
in
Chunks.
the world.
And then I was like, what's a funny way to expand chunks? And if you look at it, it still spells chunks. Cool Hunks using nunchucks. And then I was like, what's a KS? Yeah, Kiefer Sutherland.
And
That's
see,
that's a deep cut.
That's deep because, like, literally, I was listening to I listened to the whole record, but I listened to Trauma Intelligent Test, and I was like, huh, tit.
Yeah.
Yep,
That-
and that's what it was called for a long
so
time.
I wasn't expecting Cool Hunks using nunchucks,
Which-
Keith or Sutherland to also be
Yeah.
Chunks.
an anagram.
Which, the Trauma Intelligence Test, I don't know if you're familiar with trauma films.
It's like Toxic Avenger, classic.
Basket
Okay.
Case.
Talk about
So,
it, guys.
on their
And
DVDs.
We got-
basket
so-
case.
They didn't do Basket Case.
No.
What?
But-
Why did I think that was Trauma?
So, what that song is about
It's
is
trauma-esque.
on their DVDs, they decided that with DVD like structure or abilities, they were going to make a quiz inside of it about all their movies, about trauma movies. And so if you go in and you play this little game called the Trauma Intelligence Test, or it even says TIT for short, if you get the answer wrong, it shows you just over-the-top gore. Because that's what trauma is. Trauma is over-the-top gory movies. If you get it right, it's over-the-top, like, sex scenes. So, tits. And so the whole song is about playing the Trauma Intelligence Test
and then
on a DVD.
and then the chorus about the car crash. That is so Trauma had money enough to film one car crash, one major car crash, and they use it in every single movie if they can, if it works, right? So they use the same footage in every movie.
The same old car
And
crash.
same old car
sometimes when you get the question wrong, it would show you the car crash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Or it would show you gore, but yeah, sometimes it would be the same car crash.
Yeah.
But what it would do is they would show someone in the car, and then show the car crash, and then show the aftermath.
Yeah.
Would it ever? So we're okay.
We need
Mainly
to show
because-
you this because you
yeah.
haven't seen it.
I have not seen it, but like, was it sometimes a person driving a different model of car?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's
It would
100%
cut. It would cut to like a medium shot of like the driver being like, "Ah!" and it would be a totally different car.
Yeah.
And then it would cut back to the car like flipping and crashing.
It's like a brown sedan from the 80s.
It's incredible.
Crashing. And
Maybe
then,
a LeBaron.
and then it's
I have a deep personal
Yeah.
it
connection.
flips
to the
upside down and then it
1985 LeBaron.
explodes, and sometimes the characters are like, oh no, we were just in a car accident after the car has exploded.
That's incredible.
So yeah, Alec wrote the music, and then I wrote the lyrics, and it was just
For
like
chunks. We're back for chunks.
Yeah, for
not
chunks. For chunks.
Different song.
And
Way to segue.
I know, right? Well, I'm
It was
getting
harsh.
back to the
I actually had a ton of time when I had COVID that I spent recording and re-recording different like parts and guitar lines and arrangements for Trauma Intelligence Test as well.
Yeah.
It's just like sit in my basement. My
Yeah.
family still thought they could protect themselves from COVID by locking me in the basement. False. You will get it too.
I am a professor.
I know.
Yeah. So those two songs are pretty fun in terms of like just shows our like jokey side and like our humor,
As opposed to our other songs.
our interests.
which are-
It's incredibly serious. Remember when I talked about dogs dying earlier? That's the rest of them are very
that's-
sad.
I mean, that's can't skip lunch.
taking it to the top.
I know we talked about the first single, RUMT. There is a music video for that you guys have done.
Yeah.
For people that might not have watched it yet, you're in for a treat. It's like, so it starts out with blank on who it was. Is it you laying down on the
Yeah.
yeah. Basically like a whole psychiatrist session with someone like pressing the buttons RUNT, and then it kind of takes a wild turn because there's someone wearing like a wolf mask at one point. I feel like
I was wearing a gopher mask.
So yeah, there's a gopher mascot mask. I was wearing a Sting the Wrestler mask.
Yep.
You
I had a wizard beard and wig.
Oh yeah,
And
Matt had the
a
dinosaur
raptor.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah,
raptor
my
mask.
son's raptor mask.
That's my
When
favorite
you
thing
open
about
it,
the-
it roars. Too.
And I like it at the very
Shoots
end
a
of the
little-
video where he like opens his mouth to talk and it just like roars.
Yeah, that's how it
That was
goes.
funny,
Yeah.
But yeah,
Uh,
finish the question.
Yeah,
Or-
so you have these different versions or different beings
Mhm.
with you during this. How does that tie into the song? Like how
It doesn't.
like,
Short
what,
answer.
What was the thought behind like going down like this whole different row of different beings and people?
So, I think I can answer that. Is the thought of the track being called RUMT? The first thing I thought of was someone asking in like a therapy session, like, "How are you doing? Or,
Right.
How are you doing? Okay?" Because it was kind of an idea between Tom and I on making the video. Was Joey's at a therapy session, but in almost like a you're going a little crazy, and the song is kind of all over the place. It's just like keeps changing. It's like an amalgamation of being kind of crazy a little bit. It's not a great way to say it. That's mean to people that might have mental health problems, but it was a little bit of that, and we were just like, we have all this weird crap. Like, I have that gopher mask, or the gopher mascot mask that I don't know where I got it anymore. A
You have
Sting
a
mask
Sting mask.
that my wife accrued at some point.
Yeah.
You had a wizard costume for who knows why.
I brought a Chewbacca mask.
Yeah, we were just like, let's just make it weird. And then when we were editing it together, we were just like,
Only the weird stuff.
only the weird. It became like kind of again. I think you should leave, or another thing like a Tim and Eric
Yeah.
kind of just like, let's make this weird, just cut it strangely.
And I feel like a lot of parts of the video didn't cut together as well, so it was just like the weird stuff all fits.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It's just like, let's just make this
Yeah,
strange.
We
like
had a
strange-
very like a short idea of like a therapy session, and then
short idea and short attention span.
and then we convened at Mac's house, and we were just like, we're gonna make the video now, and we're gonna do a photo shoot.
We also had been drinking.
Another 30
A
rack.
good amount.
Yeah, a
Yeah.
good amount.
Yeah, it's weird how that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, we did a full photo shoot there, promo photo shoot, and then we were like, let's just do this. And then it was like this. We were just flying by the seat of our pants. Like we were just like, let's try this. Let's do this.
You know, the stroke of genius. I think you guys having the thought bubbles. Those were like actually helped us like cut a bunch. I think it helped you guys probably cut a lot.
It
of things
did,
together.
yeah.
Yeah,
So-
which
so-
gave it a little bit of like TikTok-y,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
we're as people in our upper 30s, early 40s, TikTok-y sounds really
I was gonna
bad.
say you guys are all in your upper 30s.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Good for you.
Where are you at?
You're so close to death, Brandon.
I know. I'm slightly closer than you, probably.
I don't know. We're all. Who knows?
But you know, throwing stuff in there with like some of the dancing and things like that, I was like, you know what? Let's just put stuff like this together. And Tom and I just sat in my basement and cut
Yeah.
random stuff together.
Yeah. We just had a bunch of beers and
Pulled random archive footage to make like weird thought
Frankenstein
bottles.
came out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Alex and I come from like video backgrounds
Okay.
too, so we do like a lot of like movie stuff, so we can make something happen.
You guys can fuck with some video.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Floyd
we
was
did the
doing it for a
promo
while.
stuff for taking it to the top
I know.
the same night as shooting that video, which
Right,
was
we were
really
yeah,
fun.
but we were
Yeah.
doing the photo shoot for taking it to the top, but like I also feel like we could have done a video for taking it to the top
We
too.
probably could have, yeah.
Yeah.
We might still. I
I
have
think
like
we
lots of
probably
ideas.
should. I
Or
think
we're
we
like
probably
bench pressing
should.
hams.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean,
I feel like in our future, like this summer is just gonna be a bunch of random music videos for our songs.
Dude, I'm
Yeah.
so stoked to see like after listening to this album, what you guys can come up with for music videos that tie into the songs, whether
Cool.
they tie in
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah.
That's a whole other topic, but
Yeah.
just what you guys come up with for
Yeah.
these songs, I'm really stoked to see.
Yeah.
And a lot of this comes from too, like one of our first like video assets that we made was we bought just a cheap green screen and shot in front of it just like little bits and green screened ourselves into an old advertisement for a mall.
Yeah.
For a promotion for a
oh, yeah,
Palmer
that's
show.
right.
And just from there it's just been like, let's make weird crap.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
too, just doing that kind of shit.
And you can
Yeah.
find that if you ever want to look it up.
The weirder the better.
We also did the promo with the button promo.
The pins, yeah.
Yeah, where it was kind of like it kind of felt like a
Is
like
it
a Devo esque.
That was
transmission?
definitely
Yeah.
Devo.
Made like a TV transmission.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was funny too because that one had a China O'Brien ending on it where the car
No
blows up.
beginning.
That was the
Oh, was that
beginning,
the
yeah.
beginning? Yeah.
We like there's this actress Cynthia Rothrock who played character China O'Brien.
Which is the most obvious name.
Yep, she was supposed to be the female Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's good.
She's really good at martial arts and
Slightly less good at acting.
yeah.
But that's what makes it so
she's
it
enjoyable to
pretty
fits
watch.
she's
just
pretty
fine.
good. I mean, she played that
She's at least as good as Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yes.
she played that psychic who like just beat people up.
You know what?
Incredible.
You
It
know
was
what's sad, Tom? Only you and I watched that.
Oh
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah.
It's called Sworn to Vengeance.
Yeah,
or
we-
Sworn to Justice.
Yeah, we watched that.
Sworn
You and I
to
watched that.
justice.
The rest of them did.
The rest of us have like
Yeah,
children. Well,
Yes.
Tom has a child,
it's true.
but you know.
Yeah. A lot of our like writing in terms of lyrics and stuff comes from us watching really shitty movies and our huge love of that and like our huge love of like just weird comedy too.
Shitty TV, shitty movies,
Yeah.
weird comedy.
Yeah.
I think if we give Joey time, he produces something really wonderful and unique, like lyrically, and then but short of time, then Tom, me,
I
or
don't have
Alex,
any time. So like,
we'll just come up with something very lowbrow
Yeah.
to go
yeah,
in
I
there.
don't have any
Mhm.
fucking time.
He's got a new baby though.
Yeah.
So
That's right.
Yeah, so we released our first album January 2023.
Yep.
And
Deirdre.
and then Deirdre was born in May.
Yeah.
So like this band is a little bit older than my child, but it's
9
been
months.
pretty similar.
It's so
like-
funny because like my child's 9 now, and he can.
Yeah.
So I pretty much just send him to work every day.
I mean, he's practically making art for our new albums
That's
at
true.
this point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But-
speaking of his album artwork,
Yeah.
obviously you talked about is jazz question mark jazz,
Jazz?
but like it's just super simplistic. It's really just like bubble letters. I feel like it's like a little bit of Toxic Avenger vibes, like
Mhm.
bubbly. We see some like, you know, looking at it really close. Not that I haven't looked at it before. We see like some like hearts tattoo stuff. But like, how did this come up with? Like
That was so my wife designed that. She was just like bubble letters because again, like the psychedelic Nickelodeon, like with the splat on
yeah,
the
I was
back.
gonna say the splat is
Yeah.
like all about that. Yeah.
But what it is if you look inside of like what's all in there, there's representations of certain songs in there. Like RUMT is like imprinted on some of them, and it's also kind of monster-like. And there's like mouths and like stray
like
fingers
Nekonomsonai.
and
There's
like
nipples.
a random eye. There's nipples.
Uh-huh.
There's just weird crap in there that represents both us, the songs, everything like that. But she was just, this is just kind of what we came up with, or she came up with for us, and we're like, yeah, this.
It's
looks
great because like
It's awesome.
when you look at it from afar, it just says jazz.
Right.
But then when you get closer, you can see like little details and stuff, and like a little like weird.
Yeah, I like
shit.
the belly button piercing type stuff and stuff.
Oh yeah, no, the A has dog nipples,
Sure does.
and one of them is
Sure does.
one of them is pierced.
Two of them are pierced.
The A, the middle
Oh,
part of
yeah,
the A
right there.
is like a belly button, and there's a belly button piercing on it.
Okay.
For taking it to the top, there's like a number 1, like a beefy chest on the J.
Yep.
RUMT is imprinted on all of them. There's a mouth from a chud in the middle of the second or the first Z.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
Um,
nice.
There's see, you're even learning. some
I'm
stuff.
learning this.
She just we kind of gave it to her and we're like, let's go with it. She put a license plate in there for Beta.
I love I
on
love
the
how
J.
the question mark too is like it kind of looks like airbrush like on the side of like a car or something.
Oh, I told her make it a Mylar balloon.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, it's
and
very
she's like,
good.
oh yeah, that's funny. So
It
it's
also
just,
reminds me about a sketch on like a high school notebook.
yeah,
Yeah,
a
totally.
little bit of that.
So like,
And again, like
Which
the,
I mean, if there's anything you can say about us, is that we're very close to being in high school.
hey, we feel like we're in high school still.
and then putting our name on it was like, oh shit, we forgot to put our name on it. So here's a piece of tape, and it's my
Yeah.
handwriting.
Right.
This is like we scribbled it on there, and so that's where the artwork came from. Is just
And there's inner artwork too.
Yeah,
oh yeah.
I actually am very excited about that.
So an idea Tom had, and this is we are again.
You gotta open it.
We
Is
are
that what
we
you're
are
talking about?
adults in this. I'm gonna preface that. Tom was like, "What if there was a robot on the inside that when you set it on your record, it looks like he's got a little robot wiener."
Yeah. So you know
So-
you know the little pin that you put the record on.
Yeah.
So as you're inserting it onto the little pin, he gets a little boner.
Yeah.
So not only do I have a non-black copy of a vinyl,
You should probably
it's-
open it
it's-
actually
it's-
to see
it's-
it.
Okay.
It's meant to be because again, we are adults.
And the other side.
Where are we?
The other
Yeah.
side of
The
it,
other
too,
side.
The other side is like the back side, so it kind of looks like a little bit of a robot turd.
Oh shit.
So the robot poops out a little bit.
There's a
Robot boner.
robot
Robot
boner.
boner. Yeah.
Yeah.
This
So
is-
side A is the boner.
I mean, people can't. You can kind of see it there, which this is a great green, by the way. Too.
It is
So
a nice green.
there's side B.
I just thought it'd be really funny.
Yeah. And guess what? It was.
It was. Turns
I love
out.
it.
I put it on my record player at home, and I was like, "Yeah, it's a little robot boner."
Yeah, the first time I put it on, I was like, because we are all children.
Yeah. Adults.
Yeah.
We're adults.
We are adults.
Yeah.
Who have children, some of us.
Now, when you came up with that idea, were the rest of you kind of just like, we'll see how this happens?
No, we were like immediately like,
Oh,
yeah,
on
obviously
board for
that's
sure.
the best idea.
Yeah.
That was the
Heads
one
of boys,
idea.
bodies of men. For
What are we
sure.
gonna do on the paper? That's the thing.
Yeah,
that's what
it.
we're gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually like our like idea process is like, hey, should we do this? Oh, is it dumb and kind of funny? Yes.
It's if we can make ourselves laugh,
Yeah.
or make someone else laugh.
And I felt
It's
like
happy.
the standard with the album name was a little bit higher. We had to laugh multiple times at it.
Yeah.
You know, like that we were like, all right, still. I woke up today, still funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Joey was almost crying laughing when we first
Yeah, I couldn't stand it. I don't know why. Like, we were just...
joking around.
When you have a communal cry like that, like laugh cry.
When you
Yeah.
cry in front of your friends.
Yeah, it's a big deal. It's like, this is right. There was Jazz.
Jazz?
Jazz.
We
Yeah.
kept
then
saying
for-
that to each other.
And then
I
like,
kept laughing so
and then
hard.
like in a
Yeah.
text thread for like the next week, it was just like every once in a while somebody just put jazz.
Jazz?
Or if
And then I found that clip from the Bee movie.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the
perfect.
Bee
You
movie.
like jazz?
Well, there's the Bee movie. There's the Mighty Boosh.
Yeah. The
Uh,
Mighty Boosh one is really funny. The
and-
electric punts.
and the fact that we would just find jazz in the world and send it to each other.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I think I found jazz apples at Cub Food and sent it to.
Yeah. I found
Jazz?
an article from like a museum that was like, jazz?
I mean, yeah, and I think
What
like,
is jazz?
it was funny too because like my brother's on the album and he is actually a fairly serious jazz musician.
Cool.
And like plays around town all the time, and he's just like, "This is funny because you know, like, what the fuck is jazz, man?" Yeah, he was like very philosophical about it.
That's our whole vibe.
And it makes
We
sense
don't
because it's like
care.
what are we? Like
Yeah.
what is it?
Yeah.
Is it punk? Is it
We
weird
don't-
other
we don't
things?
know.
Is it,
Alright.
climb over the table, Brandon. Do a
it.
sweet jump.
Do it.
You can do it.
I
Do
think it's
a
bad
kick.
idea.
Do a kickflip.
Yeah, it's really hard to like when people are like, what kind of music are you, like at work or whatever.
Right.
Like, oh yeah, I'm in a band, and they're like, oh yeah, what kind of band do you play in? And I say punk, and they're immediately thinking like Sex Pistols or like just like angry
What
shit.
they know about punk.
What they know about punk, and it's just like hard to like put us, I think, in a category. I don't know.
Yeah, it is very difficult. It's like punk mixed with like synth mixed with like 80s just nostalgia in general.
Yeah.
It was fun to hear you describe it right off the bat.
Yeah.
It's always fun to hear somebody
Yeah.
describe it before we start talking.
Yeah. I think it's also like kind of like why we're not played on the Current, or it's like hard to
Well, there's many reasons why.
Yeah.
Probably why
But
we're not playing on the
it
current.
also
because
it
they don't
leads-
understand it, man. At the end of
They
the
don't
day,
get it. They don't
don't
get it.
understand
We
it.
haven't hit that doorman yet.
yeah.
I think it also a little bit circles back to the jumpsuit thing.
Yeah.
Which is like if you go see a punk band, there's a look.
Yeah.
And it's hard to really be like playing with punk bands. Be like, oh, you don't look like the punk band.
Yeah.
But that's like the dumbest thing. And punk is whatever the fuck. As a
It's
person
true.
that grew up listening to a lot of punk, it's
Yeah.
whatever the fuck you want to do. That's the mentality.
Mhm.
And we put the jumpsuits were like, you know what, this will just be funny. We don't have to look a certain way. We can
Yeah,
put whatever we want on
And
them.
we're doing it ourselves.
We're doing it our way. It's
That's
a little
the
more
whole-
DIY
yeah.
that way.
That's the whole
Not to say that
punk
it's more
thing, right?
punk than something else, but it's like,
We don't like.
why do we have to be in like all black or like leather jackets?
Yeah. It
and
doesn't.
stuff like
we
that.
we took like the whole like anxiety of like preparing to dress for a show out of the equation. Like
Yeah.
We got
just-
uniforms.
Yeah,
we
like,
have uniforms.
Yeah.
it became like if we play with XYZ band, we have to look a certain way to feel as punk or as, you know, indie or whatever. And it's just like, no, hey, look at these weirdos in these lime green jumpsuits.
Which is crazy because, like, really, the basis of being punk is, like, expressing your own selves.
Right.
And you guys express your own selves by wearing the jumpsuits and, like, making it the whole aesthetic of UGM. But then people are like, well, it's not really, like, punk. Of, like, you guys aren't, like, this version of... But it's like, at the end of the day, it's really...
We're not trying to be punk.
Right.
That's the thing. It's like... Punk
is it's an influence.
Yeah.
It's an influence for sure.
Among many others.
Yeah.
Right.
New wave, yeah.
We've
Post-punk.
peppered so much stuff in there, and that's where the post-punk thing came in, which is such a goofy term.
Post-genre.
Post-genre.
Post-genre,
That's what it is,
yeah.
post-genre. Post-punk.
Because, like, it's like...
No,
what is
genre.
But I know.
Yeah, but, like, what does post-punk even mean? Is it not punk? Is it... What does that mean?
I really like the idea of just post-genre.
Yeah.
Period.
It's
Because it's like
post-genre
no...
means like no genre. It
like
can be whatever
no
the
genre.
fuck it wants to
Whatever genre. Just post-genre.
You know,
Yeah,
and I have to
love
say,
that.
like... I'm going to sneeze, maybe. Hold on.
I have to say... Achoo!
Do it! Yeah, you
Yeah.
did
He
it,
fucking
dude!
said it.
Christ be
Uh,
with you.
But, like, I was pretty skeptical of, like, wearing the speed suits every time right away.
Mm-hmm.
Joey was, like, a true champion of the speed
Is it
suits.
because
Because with those suits, like, obviously you guys had mentioned, you know, first show was kind of like the first release. How soon after the first show did you guys start
Like,
wearing
maybe
the
show
suits?
3?
Show 3.
Show
Yeah.
3,
Okay.
yeah.
Which
Pretty quick.
the where I said like it's hard to come in each of us dressing, trying not to.
It's
I know,
not,
I said
it's not hard to come.
Sorry.
Excuse me?
Depends on the situation.
He also said, it's hard to come in each of us.
That could be true. We don't know.
Where I was going with that is, we have also made it to
It's
be
Saturday.
we customize each of our
We have flair.
jumpsuits.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
flair.
we got flair.
Oh,
We got flair.
And
I
that's,
cut these
that's
sleeves and
yeah,
legs off
you're
of mine.
you're missing sleeves and
Smart.
And I
legs.
wear a cowboy hat.
Mine says pee pee poo poo on it.
That's true. Yeah. I have
Yours
each-
also says eat shit.
And mine has each shit
Tom's
patch. Yeah.
has
I have a Chud patch, and then I have a Gizmonics Institute patch,
You
which
have
is
Beavis and Butthead patch.
from Mystery Science Theater.
Yeah.
Yeah, Beavis and Butthead patches, and then I usually wear an Elvira pin.
And Joey's got his like childhood. What is your childhood, like 8th grade photo? What is that?
Yeah, it's a middle school
Middle
picture.
school photo.
I have a middle school picture of myself right here on my right breast, and then all the rest of me, I have all these things that are.
And you wear the cool shades, too.
Yeah, I wear cool
But
shades.
I will say before you get to your next thought, like, I know not just me, but like all the viewers that are watching on this camera, because it's going to point towards you guys, are definitely bummed you guys didn't wear your suits.
Our
today.
greens tonight?
Yeah.
I'll say on that point, they're made of polyester. They are very fucking hot.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Mine is a little bit cooler because
'Cause
there's
you cut the arms
far,
and the legs
far
off.
less of
Because
it.
you were smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we
That's
each have our own identity.
Right.
Even with identical suits, and they're identical, but like we each do it differently.
Yeah.
So
But it makes it not like. Do we have to like punk rock this, or do we have to?
I mean,
No.
it also gives like a very like, I don't know, a very uniform aesthetic, which is nice, you know.
It's fun.
It
Well,
is
I mean,
fun.
It's cool because like, so like you guys are doing that. I know.
Another one of these.
Shit!
R.I.P. to Honey Creek from Wisconsin. Like they would also perform in all white.
yeah, the
Just suits.
extraterrestrials
Yeah,
from,
like-
from the Twin Cities. We're gonna play with them. They wear all red jumpsuits.
It's a cool thing to see when a whole band
Yes.
kind of gets into it
Yes.
and does that like next step of like we could just show up and just wear whatever band tee we
Yeah.
want to, whatever jeans we want to, but to take that next step and be like, we're gonna wear these jumpsuits whether we fucking want to or not, whether
Yeah.
we feel fun, whether we get hot during it. We're one cohesive unit, and this is like
I feel
kind of
like
what
you're
we're
really
doing.
talking me out of this.
Yes.
It pulls.
No, you're
no,
doing fine. You already cut it. You
it
already cut
pulls
them up.
people in because
Yeah.
like instantly as an audience member,
You have a show now.
You see people all in a thing, and you're like, oh, they're gonna bring something.
Or
to
the
table.
drunk old men
fucking
in the
show.
audience are like, oh, you must be in a band.
Have you guys seen the Conan O'Brien Hot Ones?
Yes.
Who
but-
hasn't seen
But
it at this point?
he goes on this whole thing about like being in show business and like wanting to put on a good show, and I feel like partially like that is a big thing, you know. Like I want people to be,
Oh yeah.
I want people to come to our show and be fucking entertained. You
Yeah.
know
Well,
what I
that's
mean?
the thing.
Duh.
Yeah,
like-
That's the fucking
Yeah.
point.
but it isn't always clear that should be the point. You know what I mean? In music, I think.
Why not?
I know.
I mean, I
What
can
do you-
only see Dingus so many times before I really want, Parker to take his shirt off, and he hasn't done it yet. Either take his shirt off or put on a jumpsuit. He hasn't done either one.
What's the drummer's name? And is that Parker, the
Yeah,
drummer?
Parker and Dingus, yeah.
His birthday party, you were at that.
Yeah.
He got so drunk.
Oh, at Memory Lanes?
At Memory Lanes.
Yeah.
Dude, I was there too.
So my wife's band opened for that. Go Go Boot Camp.
Okay.
They're not together anymore. They split up.
All right.
But
Rest in
he
peace.
got so drunk. I was like, he's gonna fall off that stool. He's gonna fall off this. He's leaning back. I was like, oh no. Oh, okay. We're good.
I have a Diet Coke in here,
Like a
too.
weird dad
Nice,
situation.
Try
What else you
Diet-
got in that bag, Brandon?
Yo,
Oh,
what
you
is
don't
that?
want to know.
Give me a little
yeah,
dead
yeah.
dove
Yeah,
out
that
of
was-
there.
Parker
A
managed.
dead dove.
And that was our first
Couldn't
introduction
return
to was it Count Spookula?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
And we played with Count Spookula too. That's been a
So
fun
I
one.
had Count Spookula on the show.
You
Did
did?
you?
Last
Oh.
October.
Cool.
They sat in these same seats.
Nice.
All right, cool.
Did they
and,
baptize you with blood?
Not during the show.
Okay.
And also not during their live performance, because that started to happen during Parker's birthday show. And me and my friends were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
Oh, we got baptized.
You never
Yeah,
know.
I got baptized at,
You never
we
know.
played with him at Cloudland, and that was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
Mhm.
I went to, oh shit, what's it called? The indoor golf place.
Top golf?
No.
Can Wonderland.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We went and saw them. Me
Top
and
golf.
I don't know.
it's kind of indoor.
That's
but
kind of
I don't
outdoor.
know.
me and a friend went and saw Count Spookula at Can Wonderland,
Ah.
which feels weird to say when you think about it.
Yeah, it's,
Oh,
a
yeah.
weird, it's a weird place to
It
see music.
Really
in
is.
general.
Yeah.
Especially
That's
when there's
really
like
fun.
kids there, but it's
Yeah.
still fun.
Yeah.
No, that's a good place.
I
And
feel
then
like
you see
I've
a bunch
seen-
of people go to the front to get like anointed by the blood, and then all the parents are like, "Should we really be here right now?"
I mean, but there's mini golf.
Man,
Yeah.
the guitarist that Count Spookula has now is
Oh,
so
dude.
he fucking shreds
Yeah.
so
Dude,
hard.
Spider Shredder, or well, it's Spider, but he Spider shreds. But yeah, like
No,
Fuck, he's
very
so
Yeah.
good.
Very
So
phenomenal,
good.
phenomenal.
I was
Yeah.
so fucking and was just like also very cool when
Yeah.
we played with them. I mean, they were all very awesome, but it was just like it was like fuck, you are so goddamn good.
I'm always in awe of the Twin Cities music scene.
Yeah.
It's
100%.
it's just incredible. Like, I mean, you probably get to talk to way more bands than us, but it's just like it's like every day I'm like, fuck, we are in a really good time of
Yeah.
music.
I did see Count Spookula play on the back of a truck outside of Duck Duck Coffee,
Nice.
so that was pretty sick.
Nice.
But- That's
Duck Duck
yeah.
Coffee play they're I feel like they're somehow connected. Like I feel like I see cool shit from Duck Duck Coffee all the time, and I'm like, what's going on with Duck Duck Coffee?
They're kind
Why?
of connected with Cloudland.
The
and,
that's-
mafia.
the
They're
mafia.
connected.
I mean, like to like
To the
somebody. I was
mafia,
just
the
like,
coffee music mafia.
that's right.
I
That's
mean,
right.
yeah,
They're in
right
it.
now.
They're
Checks
in it.
out, checks
They're
out.
deep.
It's my
They
my
can't
favorite
get
flavor.
out.
Favorite cold brew?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Duck Duck Coffee.
So I haven't
Hey,
brought
it's a
this.
good
I haven't
place.
brought this question up to any of the Minneapolis bands that have been on so far, but I know we have like in the Minneapolis scene between Minneapolis and St. Paul, the Twin Cities, we have a pretty good selection of venues to play at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What would you guys say is like your favorite venues to play at or go see a show at?
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, like it's pretty.
Right.
It's usually pretty easy that like anytime Tom Sherman is doing the sound, I'm like, let's play there.
which is what Memory Lanes.
Palmer's,
Palmer's,
Memory
Memory
Lanes,
Lanes.
Mortimer's.
Tom is an excellent.
I also like the 331 Club a lot.
Cloudland is an amazing
Cloudland
addition.
is fucking super
It
fun.
is. Yeah, that
Cloud,
is a
Cloudland
solid
is
spot.
great. It's just it's like people who love music,
Yeah.
and you just like the moment you step in there as a band, you instantly feel just like welcomed and greeted and like taken care of, and just playing there, it just feels really really good.
Cloudland has been a cool staple in the scene, especially since they popped up.
Yeah,
with
which
everything
hasn't been
that's
that long, but like
Yeah.
It's less
pretty
than a year,
incredible,
I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Which
it's
is
like
they're an amazing like new spot in the sense of that we lost the Triple Rock 5 years ago.
yeah, which was a
Yeah.
huge loss.
That
It was a
losing
huge-
that. I mean, and I get it. They were done. They didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah,
But that was when I first moved here. That was like the
was
greatest
the
place
place.
in the
Yeah.
world.
When I
also,
play-
like,
when
the
I played there-
pandemic- the pandemic kind of also just like
Yeah.
wrecked
Well,
a bunch of
yeah.
venues.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah.
I mean, Triple Rock was before pandemic, but then even after that, like
Part Wolf.
Part
had to-
Wolf, yeah, I got to.
Yeah.
I thankfully got to experience a couple shows at Part Wolf, and
Yeah.
like that's gone now, and like
Yeah.
It might-
Big
it might-
V's closed during the
Big,
pandemic?
I don't know if they closed during the pandemic, but they are definitely.
They're gone.
No, they were. Yeah, and then the Viking closed before the pandemic
And
as
Midway
well. But,
Saloon is now in the Big V's area. I don't know.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
When
it's
I was
crazy.
with my old band Elephant, we played.
Kitty Cat Club's down too.
Yeah,
Kitty Cat
we
is
played
fun,
Kitty
that's
Cat
fun.
Club. That was really fun. The Nomad
Which
became
became
Part
Part
Which
Wolf.
became
and then,
Part Wolf.
And then ended, yeah.
and
And was the
Triple
Five Corners.
Rock, and we played all those, and they were just like such great venues, and to have them all close was just a huge blow.
I mean,
too.
and also the Bedlam. The
It-
Bedlam
Yeah.
closed.
it's
which
crazy
is a
though.
bummer.
Like, so being only in the Twin Cities for the last 4 years, you see all these venues close, but then it also feels like every week people are like, "Oh, we're playing at this place or this place,"
Yeah.
and it's a new spot
yeah,
every time.
it's great.
There's
It's
a
just
I mean,
crazy
renaissance.
and,
Yeah.
and amazing in the best sense.
I mean, we have like, I mean, especially too. I feel like places like the Hook and Ladder and stuff like that have
Yeah.
opened up, like the Mission Room.
Yeah.
And some
And
of those
Or
other
even
things
just
that
the
are
White
arcade.
Squirrel.
The White
We've
Squirrel.
talked about it over.
White Squirrel,
We've-
yeah.
Squirrel is
I think
Um,
the two places that we've played the most so far are Palmer's and the White Squirrel, and they've always been so welcoming and like just been great venues to just play at and to see shows.
Yeah.
They book really well,
Yeah.
and they fill the space, and it just has like a great vibe. And one thing that's really important for us is like to have a safe space for people, and like just make sure that everyone just feels welcome and have fun.
Yeah.
We're not going to play a place that like is controversial or like like we're not going to bend our morals or anything to like.
I mean, unless
Just
the
like-
paycheck is like real good.
Oh
that's
my
fine.
god!
Unless it's like real good.
Yeah, if they give us 100 hot dogs, we're in.
100 will do it.
You
100 will do it.
You see a lot of it from the bookers for a lot of these places
Mhm.
are trying to build the community and give new bands a chance. Like the White Squirrel, they didn't have to let us play.
They gave us a chance.
Laura gave us a chance.
Christy
Christy
gave us.
gave us a chance.
Yeah.
All these people that are just like, oh, who are you? Or like, what is this? That are happy to give you a chance. Where I still feel like there are some kind of gate-kept places around town.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the best ones are always the ones that are like, hell yeah, you're trying to do something. Come out here, put on a show, bring your friends,
Yeah.
have an elf costume. I don't give a shit. Let's do it.
Specifically, if you have an elf costume.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that
You
gets
get
like,
bumped
that,
up.
That,
The-
paw,
the
that
greatest-
paw on the door.
The greatest thing I've ever seen is watching Christy watch the elf costume and seeing her face light up, and I was like, "That's what we're here for."
Yeah. Yeah.
Christy Costello
I
is
think-
seeing this elf
Yeah.
costume and is like, "Yes."
I think the most successful venues around are the ones who are like, yeah, let's give these people a chance. Let's build this community. Let's have fun. Let's everybody be safe.
Yeah.
Everybody be welcome, regardless of who you are. Let's just do it.
10 people could come or 100 people could come.
Yeah.
Let's just do it.
When people put like put numbers in the mix, like you have to have X number of people there. It's rough, man. Like, people have lives.
Dude, there was this whole thing.
And there's like 500 venues in town.
There's
Whereas-
fucking and like
This town alone, or the Twin Cities alone, is insane with the amount of venues. But like, there was this whole thing that happened within at the time that this episode probably comes out. It's probably like 3 months prior, where a band played, I think somewhere, maybe in the tri-state area of New York, Pennsylvania, New Jersey. But they played, and it was a night where, like, not enough people came out. So they're like, hey, not enough people came out. You have to basically compensate us for the money that we didn't make. So the band had to pay the venue $700, which is fucking insane to ever have happen.
Bananas. I mean, how could they even ever, like, enforce such a thing?
It was ridiculous.
Is there like a contract involved? Like, I would just be like, no,
it
we're
was
not.
this whole weird thing, but like to think about like something like that happening in like the Midwest, where like I mean I grew up in the Iowa City scene where I would go to Gabe's. Gabe's is my home base all the time, and like you think about the bands nowadays that are touring around and they're like, oh, we have a merch cut that we have to get at the venue. Gabe's would never fucking do that. Like, I can't imagine any venue that I would ever participate in doing that shit. Like, it's all about, like, the music at the end of the day. Like, you come in, you want to play something, fuck it. You can either play downstairs, upstairs, whatever venue you want to book.
Exactly.
Come in, do your thing, and then just have a good time.
And at the very least, like, a lot of the places are able to advertise that they have live music.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like,
It's like
it's a service, that you get to provide.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a symbiotic relationship between the musicians and the venue. Like you have to
give me alcohol, I give them music.
Well, there's that, but but at the same time, like in terms of promotion, we promote, they promote, and it's not just on the band to bring people in; it's also on the venue to bring people in. And if you have a great venue, people are just gonna naturally come.
Yeah. There's
naturally come.
We all do.
We all naturally come. I get it, guys.
Some artificially.
Yeah. There was a back when I was playing with my old band, like 10 years ago.
Artificially coming.
Back when I was playing with my old band, like 10 years ago, when we booked the Fine Line, who has since changed, like, ownership and rules, but way back in the day, it used to be you had to have a certain amount of people to show up for your band, specifically your band, in order to get paid. So they would ask people as they would come into the door, like, who are you going to see? Which band are you going to see? And you had to say one band. And you had to have 30 people say your band name specifically before you could get paid.
Oh my god.
I'm going to tell you right now, the greatest band name for that situation, all of the above.
Ooh, that is a good... but there was one show that we played where the limit was 30. We had to hit 30 people, and we had 28, and we did not get paid.
It's weird though how often, like how much, like how old the songs are by the time you release them.
So that has been a recurring topic on the latest episodes, depending on time as a construct. But like every band sits on like an album for at least 6 months to maybe a year before they release it.
Yeah.
You guys probably said on this. I know some like you.
We didn't sit on that at all.
Well, I mean, but it depends on which songs, because like songs like Chuds,
four of the songs were
and
like
Can't Skip Lunch.
Yeah.
We played Can't Skip Lunch at our first show.
We didn't sit on it.
But
At the first show that we ever played, which was October 31st of 2022, we played Can't Skip Lunch, but at that time it was called Human Form Bat. which is a
It was just we had the music and we were like, what's something and we could add to it, and it was we played a
what we do in
A
the
young-
shadows.
What we do in the shadows.
And then we played
is
Young
a
Frankenstein.
yeah, and a Young Frankenstein thing.
Clip.
Yeah.
And just making whatever weird crap out of it we could.
Okay, so I guess I have 2 points to bounce off of that.
Okay.
Knowing the time frame for that. One, between that being played October 2022 and now being on this album that's coming out, that came out May 2024.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference between the two versions?
I mean, the words are very different.
The words are very different.
So
I think the
words, yeah.
music is almost the same.
It is
Yeah,
almost the same.
it is very
That was
close.
another COVID fever dream.
Yeah,
for me.
we
Yeah.
wrote the music and we just kind of put whatever we had, because that Halloween show was basically our first show of putting it out there to people.
Ever.
So
Ever.
we were
Yeah.
trying to put together as long of a set as we could,
But it was like 7 songs. Yeah.
and
I mean, 7's still not a bad number.
well,
It's
it was
not bad.
We had
It's
one.
interesting now, though,
we had
because you can,
an
pump out, like, an
amalgamation
hour with
cover.
No problem.
Yeah.
I guess 7's not bad depending on if you're like a hardcore band to a pop punk or a
Yeah,
punk
yeah.
band.
So it
Totally.
was 6 original songs, and then our 7th song was an amalgamation
Oh, yeah.
of a Bruce Springsteen song
Yeah,
and a
Diarrhea
Planet
Planet.
song.
yeah.
Yeah, we
so it was-
mashed up Ghost with a Boner with Dancing in the Dark. Because the melody lines are surprisingly
Dancing
fucking
in the
similar.
dark with a ghost with a boner.
Yeah.
yeah.
I still
Back to the
find that very
boners.
fun.
It's a really
yeah.
good mashup.
Yeah.
But
It really is.
But like a lot of the stuff, I was just, it's funny, I was just talking to Kristen about this. Kristen's my wife. I found on my phone from March of 2023 what I feel like is the first iteration of Taking It to the Top.
Yeah.
And Joey is just like making up lyrics on the spot.
For
Like,
what?
Taking It to the
It was
Top.
probably an Alex
Where?
basement.
in
Where?
Alex's basement. Yeah, it's on my phone. I don't know.
Really?
I found it recently. And
I'd love to hear it.
that sat so dormant because Joey ended up having a baby,
Mm-hmm.
and
Fucking
then
babies.
shortly after that, like
Don't do that.
Joey had a
I'm
baby.
just joking.
We came back.
I'm just joking.
Uh,
I love Deirdre, and I love her onesie.
Yeah, we made Deirdre a UGM onesie.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
But Joey had a baby, and then shortly after, Alec had to leave the band, and a lot of stuff just kind of stalled because we had to find a new drummer. We found a new drummer. We have to get him in. And then we revisited all this stuff.
The four of us, we continued to like have practices, like weekly.
Yeah.
And we would just like
You
hang out.
stop.
Yeah.
We never stopped creatively, but we did like try to like find a drummer, and that was like a whole.
That being
big
said, Mac's first rehearsal, where he was just like, "Yeah, I pretty much have all your guys' songs."
Yeah.
Figure it out.
He pretty.
You guys end off this album in a song called "Drive Through."
Yeah.
I mean, drive-throughs for a lot of people are a big thing. If you're in Minnesota, especially like the Minneapolis, Brooklyn Park area, you know, one big thing that happened within the last few years is you got the
Taco
new,
Bell, fucking yeah.
the new Taco Bell drive-through, which is fucking humongous. Looks like
I
a
teach
fucking
in
bake.
Brooklyn Park.
It
so I'm
it
on
looks
Yeah.
like straight out of Demolition Man.
I
Ooh,
fucking
yeah.
think so my students somehow was just like, it's like Demolition Man. And they're like, what the fuck
Yeah.
are you talking
Yeah.
about?
How they knew.
Stallone
Shut up,
Snipes.
old man.
Stallone Snipes, come on!
Which
Two
is
shells or fucking
3 shells.
yeah.
which is insane. But a lot of the song titles in general are just great, like I've mentioned throughout this. But drive-throughs. Talk about drive-throughs. Is
Joey?
what's everyone's favorite drive-through or good drive-through story that someone might have?
Tell us
Tell us
the
about
origin.
drive-through, Joey.
What?
Tell
Tell
us
us
the
about-
origin.
Yeah.
About the song.
A song?
Yeah.
I was just walking back home, seeing the McDonald's drive-through, and a Mazda was going through the drive-through, and I started writing a song about a Mazda going through the drive-through, ordering classic number 2, and that was the.
So the thing about drive-through is, when we were kind of trying to get a singer,
Yeah.
we proposed to Joey,
Yeah.
like, do you want to be our singer? And he was like, well, here's kind of my vibe, and he sent us this song.
So it was.
Ooh.
So I will. Okay. All right. Give me that.
So this
Platform right now.
drive-through is kind of pre-EP.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
This is simply
This-
Joey.
Yeah,
This-
we put it on
this
there because
is-
it made sense on the album because
So-
it's so fucking
Yeah.
bananas.
This was a like, you're dating somebody, and then you send out something and be like, how are they gonna react to this sort of thing?
We
So
were
like,
all
so I met with these guys a couple of times.
This
And
is
then I was like-
his nudie pic.
I'll just send out this nudie pic of this drive-through
And
song.
we,
So
we
I-
all responded with, "Holy shit, this is amazing."
We need
Yeah.
you inside us. I mean,
Send another.
So
Send
that
more.
happened, and
yeah.
it eventually
So,
made it on
the-
Suck.
The funny thing is that song on this album is 100% Joey.
Yeah, there's none of us at all.
You made it
Really?
in GarageBand on your own, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like
And
you, vocals, like
music,
guitar,
everything.
Yeah.
drums,
Guitar,
everything
bass,
is
drums, everything.
Rather
Okay.
than trying to re-record it, we were just like,
Fuck
yeah,
it, okay.
let's
okay.
just put
And we
fucking the
we
whole
were
thing on there.
we were
And then
kind of
figured
going
we'd
for
do
like
something
a
different.
we were going for like a Reggie and the Full Effect,
Ooh.
like just like throw in like, a dwarf invasion song or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like just like a fun. Here we go.
It just was like it made sense to end the record with that song.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
After
was cool.
after how much we had listened to it after you sent it to us.
I
Yeah.
listen to it all the
appreciate
time.
it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like with how you guys are mentioning this, it's crazy that it made it from pre-first EP, and it made it onto the first LP.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy
Yeah.
that it didn't make it on the first LP with how much you guys are saying you guys listened to it.
It was. I mean, the first.
That's.
I think
yeah.
the first EP
That's
was
true.
just like
Interesting.
we had written the songs
I mean, we're just kind
to
of
write the
dicks.
songs, and then in this one we're just like, yeah, it goes there. It goes
Yeah.
there.
Yeah. Totally.
It
I mean,
it matched.
And there was like
the
some
vibe.
thought about us trying to like relearn it
Mm-hmm.
and play it as a band, but then it was ultimately like,
Yeah, we practiced
Just, like,
it
put the
like
thing
2
out.
times.
Well,
We're like, fuck it, just throw the original.
I mean,
Yeah.
you guys still have to. You guys have played it as an original.
we
band.
have not.
Have
we,
not.
we,
Oh,
we,
shit.
we have played it maybe once
On
during
rehearsal.
practice. Yeah,
Yeah.
Twice
Yeah.
during
once or
practice.
twice.
Yeah, but then our album release show, we just played it
Off the
As-
Clip-O-Matic.
as
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You guys didn't even play. You just
We just
Like-
danced on stage.
No, yeah.
during the
Yeah.
recording of it.
Yeah.
Playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Joey sang a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Mac
Mhm.
played
Mac
the drums a
drummed
little
on it,
bit.
yeah.
And we just all kind of danced around.
Yep.
So I know the release has already happened, and you guys have some shows coming up. Is there plans to finally play that song
We'll
live?
figure it out probably.
Maybe
I think
eventually.
so. I think
Yeah.
I mean, we've gotten a really good reception from that song. Like people like really find it really fun.
Mm-hmm.
Which again is our whole vibe. So I think we should learn it and just play
Well, we
it.
learned
I mean,
it, but we just haven't played it.
And we also just need to make it ours,
Yeah.
probably.
Yeah.
You know.
Definitely go listen to jazz.
This.
Because it like it'll open you up to a lot of things you're not prepared or used to in the best ways. I mean, obviously we talked about RUMT with the Speak and Spell, which is insane thinking about like using that in a song. And like, but just everything else in this LP is just cool and unique and super intuitive to be using, and I really appreciate you guys not just like hitting me up to be on this, but like being like, yeah, we're Unattractive Giant Monster. This is who we are. We're putting out jazz. I'm like, this is fucking sick. Like to be putting out.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, and honestly, if you're listening to this and you're like, I like jazz, but you haven't listened to Butthole Surfers, you should go listen to Butthole Surfers.
Well, what I think is really fun when we put together shows, because we try and play at least 2 shows a month, is that because we're so varied and like we do so much stuff with our music and try different genres and not get pigeonholed into one sound, we get played with so many different people. And so our when we get to book shows for us, we try and pick just random people that we just really like. Like
Man, tomorrow's show is like, I'm so fucking.
Yeah.
I know this
is gonna air after, but we're playing Barter World, and we're gonna play with Oyster World, who we've been like dying to play with, but then like Time Room, and we love Ghost Kitchen, Chairman Chair,
In the chair.
and the chairman.
and the chairman, and then Grocer. Like
But the key is we will be dressed up like Bart Simpson.
it's true.
That is the most.
And
important
I think the
part of our show.
takeaway is that if you see us on a show, it's gonna be wild.
It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be fun.
be weird, and the thing is like you won't know the sound that you're getting into, because we will, like, if it's us booking, we're just gonna book whatever we want.
Like most of us are dads, and so we want to book bands that we want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like, I don't get to see a lot of live music anymore.
Yeah.
But I get to book bands that I want to play with.
You can come out and say it. When you say most, it's just
Everybody
me.
but Alex.
He's a doggy daddy.
But the fun thing is, dogs can stay home by themselves
And a cat daddy.
and don't die.
That's true.
So to balance off of that real quick, is there anyone that you played with so far that you, or no, sorry, reword that. Is there anyone that you haven't played with so far that you want to play with?
Well, I mean, Oyster World was a big one.
Huge.
We've been trying to play with Oyster World for a while.
Oyster World is like among my favorite bands.
Yeah.
in
Oh,
Minneapolis.
absolutely. What is that band that we listen to?
Well,
What makes a man?
well, Uranium Club.
Uranium
like, Uranium Club would be
Uranium Club.
would be an insane band to play with.
Huge.
So
There-
everyone, depending on what camera you're looking at, Uranium Club.
I mean,
If you
they're
see
like
that.
so
Yeah.
fucking good.
Uranium
I
Club.
love
Come
them.
on, let's do it.
That's like Minneapolis's
Yeah.
Devo.
We're very excited to play. We have a August 3rd show with Extraterrestrials, which like the Coma Club, which is Monica LaPlante, Christy Costello, and Extraterrestrials. Like that whole vibe is just our vibe. It's really fun and really awesome.
I mean, we're mostly just geeks who love music and want to play different shows with people. So that's why we have a band.
Yeah.
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 Get as many, like the August 3rd show when they were like put together like 7 bands. We were like, this is a bad idea.
We'll take 2 slots. You
Yeah.
figure out the rest.
Everybody
Yeah.
write a list of who you want to play with. We're gonna try as much as we can, and that
Yeah.
show is gonna be just kind of off the walls. We've got Lost Island Society, which is a ska band, Extraterrestrials, which is bananas.
Oh my god! I can't believe we're playing with them. They're so good.
Controversial New Skinny Pill, which is just like a goofy, weird, like electronica band.
Like Talking Heads.
Talking
Well,
Heads.
and like I think Fumbler is playing that today,
Yeah.
which is another Dream Damage band.
But
Super
just
Flasher too.
Super Flasher, just like
Yeah.
all these bands that just do all this
Like
weird stuff.
every show that we book, we like we have our favorite bands. Obviously, we love Linus, My Kid Banana, like Drug League, so much. Mary Jam, so much. And we book with them often.
Wow, calm down, bro.
Easy.
We book with them often, but we try and have a variety. Like, we try and mix shit up in terms of who we book and
it's putting on a fun show.
Yeah, like
it's how fun can we make this?
It's like a variety show.
Whether it's like a punk show, indie show,
it's vaudeville.
It is. It's you know what it is? Jazz.
It's jazz.
Jazz. And that's the way we like to keep it. It's just like if you pigeonhole yourself into we can only have punk shows. I know there's a lot of punk bands in town. Or if you only we only play with ska bands, we only play with indie bands, we only play with XYZ. Yeah. It's hard to book shows, but when you try to put these shows together, just like anyone can come out and have a great time.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Where are my artist weirdos? You know what I mean? Like that's what I.
Can I shout out Raygun Youth because they're fucking amazing.
Yeah,
I love Raygun Youth.
I mean, like that. I don't know. Like I feel like we've had a very good
style.
Like we've ended up playing with like Lost Leader and like Surly Hurley.
Lost Leader's so
and like
good.
So fucking
Surly
such
Hurley.
insane like fucking great bands.
Like very good punk Minneapolis staples.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm also like very interested in just keeping it weird and keeping it fucking moving. Into
pop
like,
punk, emo. It doesn't matter. Like
because that's the nice thing about you guys is like you guys aren't in the full Minneapolis punk pocket. You differentiate where you could be in literally any bill.
And there's a lot of like particularly bands like Ice Climber and stuff like that are like fucking absolute weirdos.
Yeah.
And I love them.
Yeah.
And
or
like we just get to play with them.
Or like Crush Scene.
Yeah.
Which is like just the rock solid like Americana like great band.
Totally.
Or even
I think Tony's
Ruben.
gonna get our band tomorrow night, by the way.
Yeah.
Our Mac's other band Ruben, which is like Americana,
kind of like the band.
The band.
When we play with them, while on paper it may look like we're very different, but when we play together, it makes like a very upbeat. Everyone's having a great time. It's a little bit for everybody.
Yeah.
That show we did with them and Sick Eagle was fucking awesome. Sick Eagle fucking kicks ass too if you haven't been to that.
Yeah, that's the thing is we try to put these shows together that is just anything for anybody.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing that punk rock, if you think about it, for some people is like I'm the Jawbreaker song. I'm punk. I'm more punk than you. Essentially, is what. I can't think of Boxcar is about.
Yeah.
We're not trying to do that. We're trying to be inclusive, and anybody and everybody can be a part of it. What's punk rock in your mind might be different than other people, but what we're doing is what we're doing.
Yeah.
And everything we bring around it is just having fun.
Yeah, and the five of us each has a different view of punk rock. Like, you know, we come from different genres and areas of punk.
In areas of the United States.
For
example, I'm old.
But like
I come from a very old place.
Brandon and I have a mutual love of.
I'm gonna die very soon.
Brandon and I have a mutual love of Devo, and like of that like weird new wave post punk type stuff.
Yeah.
Of like synth Suburban Lawns. The Dickies is huge. Just like this weird like goofy punk and we all bring, and that's part of our writing process is like we have a central idea, but then we each bring our own magic to it, and change it into our own thing, and then it just becomes a band thing. Like and that I think that is our creative style. Is just we might have a starting point, whether it's Brandon or I, bringing in like here's a riff or here's like a melody, and then we all pool together to create our own weird jive.
And maybe you say, hey, this isn't good. This is not good.
Yeah.
And we're like, you know what? I don't care.
Or what if we tweak this one little thing?
Yeah. That's our whole creative process, is just like injecting our own influences and just our own vibes into the song to make it our own and to have super fun. And then when we go out and book shows, it's just like, how can we just make this a fun show?
It is also very fun for us to have ideas that we take into like a raw live environment.
Yeah.
And just like figure out what happens with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's really fun for me.
I think that's called
Jazz?
And I know we've talked about like kind of some shows and like what's coming up and like how it kind of is, but I like to leave off these episodes on like kind of like a high note. So my question to end off these episodes, well, this episode, to the four of you, is what has been your favorite moment that you've experienced so far with Unattractive Giant Monster?
Oh man. That's a great question. Like the opening of our album release was definitely a high note, because we planned it with my brother opening it up in terms of like a wrestling like opening. Or like a boxing opening where it's like, ladies and gentlemen, your main event. And like, we came out to Right Here by Van Halen. and then we transitioned to Never Surrender from the Kickboxer soundtrack. And then we had white t-shirts that spelled jazz.
Over our jumpsuits.
Over our jumpsuits that we ripped off. And like made it a whole thing, and I think that's just our vibe. Like we just like, it's just dumb shit that we do to make it fun for us, and then it makes it fun for everyone else because we have fun.
I think my favorite is when we got the elf costume, which we found on Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, I went and picked it up.
It was just a random
It was
find.
local.
It was a random find.
Pickup. Yeah.
Not just the show where we found someone to dance around during our set in
Joey's
the
friend.
elf costume.
Kylie.
The fact
Kylie,
that
yeah.
someone on Instagram tagged us as, you go to a show on a Saturday and Alf shows up. And they had just taken a video of it. And I was like, hell yeah, that person gets it. That person is like, why the hell is there a person in an elf costume? I love it.
Yeah.
What the hell is happening? That was my favorite thing I've seen. Is that someone tagged us in that weird Alf video that just was like, yep, here's Alf.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's just been so much fun.
Yeah,
It's hard to pick a moment.
It is.
Do you have a
Joey,
moment?
Do you have a moment?
I don't.
You don't? All of the moments?
There's never been a moment that you're like, oh, this makes sense as to like what we're doing with the band.
No. Not this one.
It hasn't made sense.
Brandon, you have a moment that you want to share with the world?
Not really.
Another one I will say with Joey is seeing Joey get more and more, like, we get so much feedback about Joey just going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
When we're playing shows.
Yeah.
Like, he dances, he jumps around, he pelvic thrusts.
His pelvic thrusts are
If you
of
just
legend.
Want to get?
They are incredible, to the point where my wife is like, I feel like his junk is in my face all the time when I see you guys.
But other people, my wife,
Everybody.
My
has-
wife.
my wife
Everybody's
has also
wife.
said it. But like people are like like when we played Cloudland with Neo Neos and Spit Takes and
Smart Shoppers.
That show felt like the battle of enthusiastic lead singers.
It did feel
Just like they were all going fucking nuts.
Yeah.
We were
ham.
first.
We were first. You set the tone.
You were great, bud.
Spit Takes. She's great.
Totally.
Smart Shoppers.
Totally.
They were going great. When he pulled out the Velcro, that was bananas.
Oh, Neo.
Neos was great. But it's that the feedback, I would say, is always a fun time.
What's great is so I was in my very first band was Elephant, and
talk shit about it.
Do it.
No,
Do it.
It was great.
Piss Thomas off.
We played for like 10 years, and that was my first band. I have learned bass to be in that band. So that was like my proving ground. And we played forever. And then just before the pandemic, we split up. All amicable. And then getting back into this, it was like, a few years later, I didn't know anybody in the scene. The scene was so different from when I was in that band. And again, that band was like totally different from what we play. But coming into the Twin Cities scene now, it's like it's a whole different beast, and it is so much better. It is so welcoming. It is so supportive.
Anything goes.
Anything goes, and it's wild to like be like, because I'm the social media guy for a band, and to see like these just drastically different bands follow us and like us and like support us. It's wild because it was so like separated back in the day. It was like, oh, if you're in this genre, you only play with these people. If you're in this, you only play with these people. And now it's just like we all support everybody, and it's just so everybody just tries to lift everybody up, and everybody tries to make sure that people are safe and welcome regardless of who you are, which is incredible. Just like everybody like supporting people from X, Y, and Z. It like that wasn't the way it was, and now it is. And I love the Twin Cities music scene because of that, and like everybody just lifting everybody up.
Thank God for COVID.
Thank God for COVID. Just wiping out the shithole, the assholes, and the fucking bigots and shit. Yeah, it's just a totally different scene. It's awesome.
Yeah. No, like 100%. Like the way the Twin Cities scene is just incredible. Like every time I talk to people that are not in the Twin Cities, I'm like, come through. Like there's bands for everyone to play with. Yeah. Like, and I also feel like and like people in the Twin Cities might like give me shit for this, but I feel like it's one of those scenes where not enough bands from outside of the scene are coming through, and they really should be.
Yes.
To experience it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the scene was like, because like a lot of my friends that I've had on the podcast, they either hit Milwaukee, Madison, Chicago, and then they don't come this far.
They go under.
Yeah, they go back down.
Yeah, totally.
And like, I get that we're like this one weird outlier where it's slightly farther out. Just come through.
Just come through.
Shows will be phenomenal. We'll have a good time.
People are excited.
Exactly. Like
people want to see music here.
Yeah, especially
they want to see different music.
Yes, like it'll be a great time, and please come through, 100%. But speaking of different music, jazz is out.
Jazz.
Everyone can go listen to jazz.
Yep.
Like I've had a great time. I mean, Look at my computer. It's been 3 hours and
Oh,
41 minutes. Whether that's all in this episode or not, like, this has been a great time just chatting with the four of you.
I've had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
We had a lot of fun.
It's been a great fucking time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
If anyone's looking for merch, music, or Unattractive Giant Monster in general, where can they find it?
Our Instagram is like the main thing I post on.
I would say that's true.
Instagram, then Facebook, then
I mean, like, our link tree has links to our
Yeah.
Bandcamp.
Yeah. I mean, you can find our link tree on our Instagram, which is just at Unattractive Giant Monster.
or just Google Unattractive Giant Monster and either learn about us or learn about the character from Futurama.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Matt
both
knows
are
us.
Little-
good things. and
Both are
true.
good things.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't Google jazz ?
Wait, what does that come up with?
Because it's just everything jazz.
Okay.
If you do, make sure you put an A instead of an I.
Oh,
That's all I gotta say.
which,
Yeah.
which is funny because that's a little bit of the joke in there.
It's so close.
Because
It's so close. And Linus was like Lewis from Linus. He texted us and it was like, "What's the name of the new album?
jizz.
Jizz? Like cum
cum
shot?"
You know, it's so close.
It's
So
which,
close.
which I think is why it's also funny to us.
Yeah, yeah.
Which it also comes back to I have explained this to these guys a couple times, but in the show,
Pete and Pete.
no, not Pete.
Ooh.
Pete. Shit, I can't think of it.
I think you're thinking of
No.
the Adventures in
Acting.
Broad's.
Broad City.
Broad City?
Broad City. One of my favorite quotes from Broad City is, "I call it jazz because it comes from my horn and I don't know where it's gonna go."
Which is crazy because I jazzed just last night. So everyone go listen to jazz. And you know, like, depending on what you found in this episode, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or X, if
Wherever.
you're, or how you are now, we watched the YouTube version, and you guys see their lovely faces like I did tonight. Make sure you check the description down below. Hit those hyperlinks. Go follow Unattractive Giant Monster on all the socials. Be ready for new music, new shows.
Yeah.
You know, possible more tapes. Go get your
Videos.
Yeah,
Bart Simpson.
music videos. Go get your copy, since they were gracious enough to give me this one. Go get your copy of Jazz tonight, and be ready for everything coming next. You know, I can't thank you guys enough.
Thank you.
Thank
for
you,
having us.
yeah.
No, I didn't get to finish. Thank you for taking the time out of your Saturday to come over to my place, drink some beers, drink a lot of hams,
Oh,
drink some bourbon.
We
all
drank
and have a
a
good
lot.
night.
We crushed it. We
Uh,
crushed it.
Like, this is a great time.
this is like a Monday for us.
Yeah.
Okay, make you feel bad. This is a great album. You guys are great.
Oh,
Thank you.
thanks.
Everyone
Thanks.
go listen to jazz.
Thank you.
Follow Unattractive Giant Monster. And I'll catch everyone on the next episode. See ya.
See ya.
Beers with bears.